auditorium. Boy, what an evening we'll have, huh?
We better have. I'm blowing my whole month's allowance to pay for it.
Ah, you're a real human being, Zelda. But why are you doing all this? I mean, I know I'm charming and debonair and witty, but aren't you overdoing things a little?
Correction. You are not charming, debonair, and witty. You are callow, rough-hewn, and uncultured. But I love you, and I'm stuck with you.
Zelda! No offense, but it's been a long time since I've seen your picture in anybody's locker.
True. We're a pair of real dogs, and that's why we've got to work together to save you from becoming a bum.
Zelda.
Lectures, concerts, sharpening your mind. These are the things we've got to do.
Like, hi, Dope.
Oh,
hey, let's go downtown and watch that fellow toss flapjacks in the window.
Come on.
He'll do no such thing. We're going to a lecture so
Zelda.
he can improve his mind.
Sure, Zelda. And then we watch them knock down the old courthouse building. They got one of them big iron ball contraptions down there that goes wham, smash, right into the wall.
Maynard.
Dobie, your only chance to make somebody of yourself is to associate with superior minds, attend debates, discussions, conferences.
They got a fellow at the park that can lift up a whole block of cement with his teeth. He goes,
Wrench your mind into creative action. Do, achieve, think.
Dobie, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Dobie, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Dobie,
So what's wrong with being a good, loyal friend? I mean, girls and shows and parties are a dime a dozen. But a friend like Maynard comes along only once in a lifetime. Just my luck, it has to be my lifetime. Maynard, please. I'm trying to finish my history homework.
your homework?
Sure, I've got to get this to... Oh, I'm sorry, Maynard. Our homework.
Stick with me, Dope. I'll get you through that course yet.
Sure, Maynard.
Hey, who's that funny-looking character?
Oh, it's a picture of one of the statues they build in those European cathedrals. They're called gargoyles.
Oh, no, Dope. Gargoyles and fancy checkered socks some fellas wear.
Maynard, those are argyles. This is a gargoyle, this creepy, spooky-looking, bug-eyed monster.
Hi-ho, chaps.
Oh, hi, Chatsworth.
Like, hi, Chatsy.
The name, you low-born ragamuffin, is Chatsworth Osborne, Jr. I was named after my father.
Oh, what's his name?
I say, Gillis, baby, are you still interested in playing tennis at the North Shore Golf Tennis and Coupon Clipping Club?
Boy, am I.
Well, good. Yesterday, between sets, I ordered the membership committee to consider your application for use of the court.
Gee, thanks, Chatsworth. Do you really think they'll take me in?
Of course. I told them that although you spring from peasant stock, it is sturdy, honest peasant stock. So naturally, on my say-so, you will be accepted forthwith.
Chatsworth, you're a truly great American.
Yes, I am, rather.
You're 100% Chatsy. We're going to get a kick out of playing over there.
Mm-hmm.
We?
Yeah, they threw me off them public courts. Something about my clothes. Oh, boy, yeah, like four...
Gillis, baby, does this unkempt oaf actually expect to join in our games and sports?
Like, ping.
Well, you see, Maynard kind of goes where I go.
Yeah, I stick to him like glue.
He's not much trouble, honest.
Like, smash.
Gillis, baby, I must add that the membership committee hasn't quite made up its mind yet. And it may never.
Like, slam.
Chatsworth?
Like, slam. Ooh, like, well played, old niblick. Hey, what happened? Where's our good buddy Chatsy?
Oh, Oh, never mind, Maynard. We don't need him.
Right, good buddy. We don't need anybody. It's you and me, Dope. Just you and me forever.
I'm afraid so, Maynard.
Good day, class. Is there anyone in this class who's failed to do his homework? Besides Maynard Krebs, I mean.
Mr. Pomfrey, that's like unfair. You're all the time saying I didn't do my homework without asking me first.
You're right, of course, Maynard. I had no business jumping to conclusions. Forgive me.
You're like forgiven.
Thank you.
You're like welcome.
Have you done your homework?
Like no.
Like I didn't think so. Now, having made this little jaunt into the Twilight Zone, can we return to my original question? Is there anyone else in this class who's failed to do his homework? Mr. Gillis?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm surprised, Mr. Gillis. You've been very conscientious in your work these last weeks before graduation. You have a good excuse, I presume.
Yes, sir. You see, I was doing fine on the homework until... No, sir. No excuse.
Oh. Well, in that case, I'm going to have to give you and Mr. Krebs an extra assignment. A 300-word essay on the European cathedrals and their gargoyles.
Hey, that's not fair, Mr. Pomfrey, sir. Who can write 300 words about a pair of checkered socks?
Maynard, that's argyle. Mr. Pomfret, I'll make sure Maynard really puts his mind to it.
Good luck. Now, class, we are moving from a study of European history to our own history, and a stirring saga it is. Now, please turn to the opening section of your textbooks, The Winning of the West. Zelda Gilroy, what is the essential point made in this chapter?
The trek across the deserts and plains to reach the Pacific was one of the great cooperative efforts in all history. The strong aided the weak and helpless, and this often led to their own destruction. Many of these intrepid explorers could have reached safety had they traveled alone. But no. Instead, these brave souls sacrificed themselves to help their weaker companions.
Yes, history is full of terrifying examples of strong, brave men who were slowed down and eventually destroyed by their loyalty to a friend who was weak, helpless, incompetent, inept. You rang?
Be sure you pick me up right on time. Professor Clendening begins his lecture promptly at 8.
Right, Zelda. I wouldn't miss the old prof for anything.
Contact with outstanding minds. The only way to sharpen your own mind.
Right.
You'll shape up into a man yet, Poopsie.
Zelda!
Stretch your brain, discipline it, bend it to your purpose by keeping it trim and hard and practiced.
Right.
Don't let it go flabby by allowing it to associate with inferior, shoddy intellect.
Right. I just remembered. Is it all right if I get to the lecture a little late, like a couple hours?
What? What could be more important than kicking your mind into success? What?
Well, you see...
What is it, boy?
Well...
Aha! I see it now. It's got something to do with Maynard.
Well...
Hasn't it?
Well...
Hasn't it?
I promised him I'd watch a television program with him tonight.
You're going to waste your time on an inferior brain like Maynard and let your own brain go to pot. That does it.
But it's a spooky television show, and Maynard gets scared when he's alone.
Look, Dobie, Maynard is a sweet, loyal boy, but he's a hopeless case, and if you keep hanging around with him, that's exactly what you're going to be.
But when he gets scared, he gets goosebumps, and they're very unhealthy.
Dobie, the time has come to make up your mind. Either you give up Maynard or Soup Kitchens, here you come.
Hi-ho, playmates. Clear the fairway. The Wizard of the Links is here.
Oh, hi, Chatsworth.
Bye, Dobie-Doo. I'm on my way to the club.
Chatsworth, have you heard anything about my application for the club?
Oh, I have been meaning to talk to you about that, Gillis baby. Under the circumstances, the membership committee has decided to delay its decision for a short time. Perhaps 20 or 30 years.
Under the circumstances? Under what circumstances?
Well, I don't like to mention names, but his initials are Maynard G. Krebs.
Oh, now, just a minute, Chatsworth. Just a darn minute. If you're turning me down because I'm a friend of Maynard's, then I sure as heck never want to come to your club. Never. Nothing could make me drop Maynard as a friend. He's weak and helpless. He needs me.
The strong aided the weak and helpless, and this often led to their own destruction. Many of these intrepid explorers could have reached safety had they traveled alone. But no. Instead, these brave souls sacrificed themselves to help their weaker companions.
Mush on, good buddy. You can make it alone across this like arid desert and great plains without helpless, hopeless, incompetent, inept me.
I'll never leave you, Maynard. Here, there's a few drops left in my canteen.
You gotta go along without me, dear friend, or you will suffer the same fate as them other insipid pioneers.
Maynard, that's intrepid.
Yeah, intrepid.
Here, you've got to drink it.
No, dear friend, you've got to drink it. Go ahead.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
No.
No. Good buddy, dear friend, brave pioneer.
Farewell, dear friend.
He would have made it without me. Oh, what a no-good brat am I. What a no-good rat am I. Oh, what a no-good rat am I. Good afternoon, I'll be with you. Oh, it's only you, Maynard. Maynard, I
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. You know, I never say it's only you, Maynard, anymore.
Go ahead and say it, Mr. G. All I am is only you, Maynard.
You mean you want me to say it's only you, Maynard?
Sure.
Sure?
I like insist.
Okay. Oh, it's... No, I can't go through with it. Dobie ain't home yet. Grab yourself a handful of donuts and sit down someplace. A small handful.
I don't want to talk to Dobie, Mr. G. I want to, talk to you.
Like me?
Yeah.
Like, what's Dobie done? What kind of trouble's he in now?
Oh, it ain't nothing like that. I want to talk to you, Mr. G, because you're a man of the world. Aren't you?
Well, yes.
I mean, you've been around.
Well, yes.
And you know the answers to a lot of things.
Well, yes.
So I want to ask your advice.
Well, no.
You gotta listen to me, Mr. G. It's like a matter of life and death.
Oh?
Or maybe both.
Okay, shoot. I'm used to listening. I'm married.
I want to ask you advice about these two cats, see?
You
they're
and
like
Dobie?
friends. Me and Dobie? No, not me and Dobie. No. See, they're not exactly real people.
And they're not exactly real people, huh?
No, it's like a made-up story. You know what they call a hypocritical case.
Maynard, that's hypothetical, I think.
Yeah, a hypothetical, I think. Yeah, well, anyhow, one of these hypothetical, I think, cats is like clean-cut, lovable, and upstanding.
Check.
And the other fella's kind of ragged, draggy, and ill-couth.
Check.
He's not real ill-couth, just kind of ill-couth. He's not all bad, this other fella. He's got a good heart, and he's loyal and trustworthy. But this ill-couth fella, he's kind of a drag on the clean-cut, lovable, upstanding cat. I mean, he's like, keeps him from moving up in the world like he ought to. I mean, he like holds him down like an anchor because he's weak and helpless.
The low-down rat?
Yeah, the low-down rat.
A guy like that is a disgrace.
Like right.
There ought to be a law against him.
Like right.
He ought to be punched in the nose and run out of town.
Like right. Like right?
Like right.
But what if this ill-couth fella...
Let's just call him the slob.
Good thinking. But what if the slob gives up the clean-cut, lovable...
Let's just call him our hero, huh?
Good thinking. Now, where were we?
We were right where the slob was going to give up our clean, upstanding young hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
What if he did?
Did what?
Gave him up.
Gave who up?
The slob.
That would be the most wonderful thing this ill-couth slob could do, and would prove that underneath that rough exterior beat a heart as big as all outdoors.
Yeah.
It's like in that old movie I saw on television the other night, see? Betty Grable and Dan Daly, and they're a dancing act, see? Well, she's really got the stuff to go places, but he's just kind of a fair to middling hoofer. And they do this dance together, see? And he kind of goes... But when she does it, oh, man, she really puts it out there, boy, and she goes like this, see? Oh, and he knows that she's head and shoulders over him, see? So he wants her to leave him so that she can become a big star with her name up in lights on Broadway.
You're right, Mr. G.
Always willing to lend a helping hand.
Now I know what to tell my hypothetical, I think, cat. There's just one road to take. Just one.
Maynard, take that road over there. That road leads to the trash cans in the alley.
You're all heart, Mr. G.
Oh, if I'd only known what peculiar things were going on behind my back. Boy. I mean, Maynard was cooking up a scheme. And when Maynard starts to cook, everybody winds up in the soup.
Dope, if you don't leave me behind and like zoom onwards and upwards in this world, I'm gonna hold my breath.
Maynard, what's the matter with you?
And when I hold my breath, I turn purple.
Maynard.
I don't mean just red. Anybody can turn red. I turn purple.
Maynard, cut that out. I'm not going to give you up under any circumstances. You're my friend, and I'm stuck with you. Gonna stick with you.
Dobe, you're always doing things for me, and I never do nothing for you.
That isn't true. You do plenty of things for me.
Name one.
One, I'll name a bunch. You tell me when my shoelaces are untied. You come over and wake me up at 6 o'clock every Saturday and Sunday morning just to remind me there's no school. Did I mention the shoelaces?
Yeah, Dobe.
All right, so you don't do too much for him. A man doesn't pick his friends because they do things for him.
I do things for you if you ask me, Dobe. Honest, I would.
Sure you would, Maynard.
I swim across the Algonquin River for you.
Sure, Maynard.
I swim across Milford Lake for you.
I know.
I swim across the English Channel for you.
Maynard.
I swim across the Atlantic Ocean. I swim across
please.
the Pacific Ocean.
Maynard.
I swim across the North Pole, and that ain't easy
Please.
because it's all ice and ain't even water.
Maynard, enough. We don't have to do things for each other. We're friends, and that's all there is to it.
I'm not a friend. I'm an anchor that's like holding your back.
No, Maynard.
I'm a weight around your neck.
Maynard, no.
I'm a drag.
Maynard, please.
Hold on, I got two more words. I'm a roadblock, I'm an obstacle.
Maynard, stop that. We're friends, and we're going to stay friends.
Dobe, let's hate each other. It's better for you.
Maynard, cut that out.
You want to prove you're really a friend?
Of course.
Then hate me.
Oh, Maynard.
Please?
No, Maynard.
Well, I'm like a miserable failure. I can't even talk my best friend into hating me.
What do you mean it didn't work? When Herbert T. Gillis gives advice, it don't dare not to work.
Those hypothetical I think cats try it, but nothing happened, Mr. G. I mean, the hero wouldn't let go of the slob.
Well, that's because the hero was too loyal and upstanding and true. It's like in that picture with Betty Grable and Dan Daly, see? She didn't want to give him up until Dan Daly made her do it.
How'd he do that, Mr. G?
Well, by being mean and rotten and pretending that he didn't want her anymore.
Like mean?
Like mean.
Like rotten?
Like rotten.
Like mean and rotten?
Like mean and rotten.
Maynard, you were supposed to meet me before class so we could do your history homework.
Like flake off, Square.
Now, flake off, Square?
You heard me, Cube. You like to oblong from me.
Maynard, what kind of a crazy stunt is this? Now, come on, let's get that work done.
Oh, your mother listens to Lawrence Welk
This-
records.
Maynard.
Man, I'm like fed up with hanging around with a cat that ain't got like a single sweatshirt to his name.
Maynard, stop this. Now, look.
Oh, cut out, Junior. I got like no time to waste on a cat like you that ain't with it.
Maynard.
Look, like zoom off, boy, huh?
Maynard, will you quit behaving like this?
Good day, class. Now, we got a lot of ground to cover today. We've got a lot of ground to... We had a lot of ground to cover today. Anyway, let's get started at once. Maynard Krebs, who was the famous patriot who said, "I regret I have but one life to give for my country"? And don't try to get help from Dobie.
From who?
From your friend, Dobie Gillis.
He ain't no friend of mine. I mean, I got better friends than square oddballs like him. I mean, man, who needs a creep like that?
Maynard? Will the real Maynard G. Krebs please stand up?
That's me, Mayor G. Krebs. I pick my own friends, and he sure ain't one of them.
Truly, we live in a time of change.
Ever heard of togetherness? Well, Maynard was out to prove that it's as obsolete as the horse and buggy. And he darn near convinced me.
So the gold rush of 1849 can therefore be considered the beginning of the opening of the West. You see, when...
Oh, hi, Maynard. Zelda's working with me on my history homework. Here, sit down. We could both use help.
Oh, get lost. I got no time for books and studies and all that.
Maynard?
Maynard.
I'm a protest cat, and it's cats like you I'm protesting against. Yeesh, what a rectangle.
Well, I tried. Nobody can point a finger at me and say I didn't try. But Maynard made it perfectly clear. He just didn't want to be friends anymore. Naturally, I felt miserable about it. And everybody else felt terrible, too.
You're through with Maynard? Oh, that's the best thing that could have ever happened to you, boy.
Attaboy, Pussy, you're a cinch to be a smashing success.
Good news, Gillis, baby. The membership committee has reconsidered, and you're now one of us.
Mr. Gillis, your work has shown a remarkable improvement, as though something had been added or, taken away.
Yep, all the togetherness was gone. Dobie Gillis and Maynard G. Krebs had come to the parting of the ways. I didn't like it, but I had to accept it. I forced myself to accept it.
So I said to him, why not? Hi-ho, kiddies. Oh, hi, Chancellor. Announcement. Mumsy has invited you all to Osborne Manor for a barbecue lunch. Oh, hamburgers? How gauche. Barbecued caviar, of course. Cook will touch nothing else. File in. Watch your feet getting into the back. I wish somebody had dressed for the occasion. Look at you. Come on. All safe. Drive back, I say. Everybody
Hey, that's where Dobie sits. Yeah. Man, I wish he was here now. Because I'd say... Like, hi, good buddy. Oh, me? Oh, I've been great. Just great. Oh, who am I kidding? I've been miserable without you, Dobe. I got nobody to talk to and nobody to listen to me and nobody to hack around with. And without you, I'm a poor, miserable, good-for-nothing nobody. Why'd you have to do it, Dobe? I mean, sure, I know you have to, like, move onwards and upwards, and I'll probably, like, move downwards and outwards. But you shouldn't have listened to me. You should have known I'd be a miserable nothing without you. Running around all alone like a poor, lonely wafer. Yeah, wait. I mean, it just don't seem fair for a fellow to suffer like I've been suffering since we ain't been friends no more. Gee, Dope, why'd you have to do it?
Hi, everybody. What's new? Hi, Zelda. Chatsworth? Anybody? Oh, now, just a minute. Just a darn minute. What's going on here? Why won't anybody talk to me?
I saw a poor, lonely, unhappy Maynard in the park. He's suffering terribly.
Yes, if you must know, Gillis, there is such a thing as fair play.
He's forgotten what it means.
You're a brute.
You're a cad.
You're a peasant.
What is this? What are you all talking about?
In all these years, I thought you were so sweet and kind and gentle, but you dump a friend like Maynard just so you can get ahead in the world.
Dump him?
Right this minute, he's crying his eyes out because you won't have anything to do with him.
You brute.
Cad.
You peasant.
But you all told me I was better off without him.
How could anybody be better off by dumping such a faithful friend? Besides, I never thought you'd go through with it.
There are some things one just doesn't do, you brute.
You cad.
You peasant.
Yeah.
Brute? Cad? Peasant? Lovable me? I don't know what to say.
Good day, class. Today we're going to... It's you, Mr. Gillis, huh?
Huh?
Well, I know I'm just a mere teacher, and it's probably none of my business. But, Mr. Gillis, I'm shocked.
What?
Though I realize that in a dog-eat-dog society, it's important to get ahead. But over the broken bodies of our friends...
Mr. Pomfret.
Of course, I should probably keep my nose out of it. But Maynard Krebs, despite appearances to the contrary, is still a human being.
Now, just a minute.
vulnerable human being.
But...
Oh, for shame, Mr. Gillis, for shame. What's happened to the old values? Does friendship no longer count for anything?
That doesn't.
Mr. Gillis, where are you going?
To prove I'm not a brute and a cad. Or a peasant.
Sure, I'll miss you, Dobo, buddy, but I'll get along somehow. I mean, it's like better this way. You move like on and up, and I'll move like down and out.
Maynard, I'm not going anywhere without you.
You got it. I'm like a stumbling block, an anchor, a weight around your neck.
Maynard.
It's no use arguing. Though? It's like flake off square.
Maynard, I know what you've been trying to do.
Yeah, I got no time for oblongs. Get lost.
Maynard, for you, I'd swim across the Algonquin River.
Beat it.
For you, I'd swim across Milford Lake.
Back off.
I'd swim across the English Channel.
Get lost. You would?
I'd swim across the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah?
The Pacific Ocean.
Yeah?
The North Pole. Ice or no ice.
Dobe, you do all those things for me?
I sure would, Maynard.
Like, wow!
Like, wow!
Yeah. Did it again.
Did it again.
Slopped ice cream.
Slopped ice cream.
Over your
Oh.
back.
Oh, who cares, Maynard? There's lots of shirts, but there's only one Maynard G. Krebs.
Like true.
Yeah, and a good fellow.
Yeah.
Hi, Dad. Beautiful day, huh? Dad, what's the matter?
And again.
Dad, what is it? Are you mad at me for something? Tell me.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what I'm mad about. I heard the way you've been kicking that poor slob Maynard around. It's all over town.
Oh, Dad.
I raised my boy to be clean and upstanding and true. And here you are,
Dad.
kicking him all over just because he's such a crumb of character.
Dad,
I'm
listen.
ashamed that you should do such a thing, no matter how big a creep he is.
Dad, Maynard and I are back together. We're friends again.
Nobody deserves to be booted. You and Maynard are friends again?
Right, just like before.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that, boy. You'll never regret that. You know there's such a thing as being you mean Maynard's gonna be hanging around here night and day again?
Everything will be
Fruits
just
and
like
apples,
before.
sneaking donuts, scaring the customers.
Dad.
Is that any way to treat your dear old loyal dad, dragging in that tacky, run-down, spooky lunkhead?
You rang? Like, hi, Mr. Deacon. I have a donut.
Now, wait, Maynard, come on. You're eating me out of hospital every time.
Dobie, once a gal was dreamy. Dobie, wants a gal who's creamy, Dobie wants a gal to call his own. Is she blonde, is she tall, is she dark, is she small, is she any kind of dreamer at all? No matter, he's hers and hers alone. 'Cause Dobie has to have a girl to call his own.
Like you, my sweet Jessica.
Is my Dobikins making fun of his little Jessicans because she's so too utterly old-fashioned?
Oh, but no, my Jessicans. Your Dobikins thinks his Jessicans is too utterly divine. And he can't wait until that too utterly divine moment next month when we shall be walking up the aisle, side by side, to get our diplomas. Ah, my Jessicans, what glorious harmony we shall make together.
Stop the music!
Zelda, you were spying on me.
What spying? I'm just protecting my investment in you, Buster.
Matter, Harry.
Quiet, Dobiekins. And as for you, my empty-headed, bleach blonde friend, let me present the facts. First of all, you will not be walking up the aisle side by side with Dobie because at graduation we line up alphabetically. And he's G for Gillis and you're Z for Zeppelhorse.
Z for Zelda, will you do me the honor to get lost?
Of course not, Poopsie. You love me and you want me to be here.
Now cut that out.
Face up to it. Either you stick with me or in the baseball game of life, you're never going to get out of the bullpen.
Who says I have to stick with you? Who says so? You don't know everything.
I do, and be quiet. I'm measuring you for a sweater. Here, hold
Zelda,
this.
will you please get off my back?
Tired all the time. You shall be...
Zelda, what are you doing?
Practically owns
She
you.
does not.
I do, too, and I don't believe in Lindley, sister.
Dobie, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, Dobie. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, Dobie.
There are many fine things to be said about Zelda Gilroy, all of which escape me at the moment. I mean, she's kind to stray dogs and lost kittens and parents and other unfortunates. So why isn't she kind to me? Me, she's gotten this hammerlock. And the strain's turning me into a shaky, skittish, fidgety, broken-down wreck.
You rang? I know.
Hi, Maynard.
What do you like doing?
Thinking.
Yeah, it's not my line of work.
Maynard, look, I've got to figure a way to get Zelda off my back.
Does it have to be like legal?
Of course it has to be legal. You don't think... What'd you have in mind?
Well, I figure we take up the top of Lover's Leap, see, and I look around, make sure nobody's watching, and you give a little push right
Maynard, I'm shot. We're not the kind of fellows that do things like that. Besides, the police department in this town's too sharp. We'd get caught.
Dobie, you're behind schedule. You didn't stop by the lab for your tutoring in biology.
That's right, Zelda, I didn't. Do you want to know what I did instead? I met a girl on the bus named Monica Klaus, and I rode 2 miles past my stop so I could make a date with her. And she's meeting me here in 5 minutes, and that's what I did instead.
Pish posh. Now look, we'll make up the biology at my house from 4 to 5, Latin declensions 5 to 6, sweater
Zelda.
fitting right now.
Look, Zelda, I don't want a sweater. I don't need a sweater. I'm not the sweater type. Now, you listen to me, Zelda. This nagging's got to stop. You've got to quit bugging me with your schedules and your sweater
Shut up
and
and take your vitamin
hootering. Zelda, don't you understand? I want to be free. Free. Do you hear? Look, it tastes terrible.
Attaboy, Poopsie. Now, you stop by the gym at 3:30, and I'll start you on those exercises to build up your latissimus dorsal muscles.
Zelda! Now, Zelda, come back here. Zelda!
So, after we slip the Mickey into her sandwich, we steal a car, see we get to the border, and then we...
Don't tempt me.
No, you ain't nothing but a miserable wretch.
Yeah, you could say that again.
You ain't nothing but a miserable...
Okay.
I am nothing but a miserable wretch.
Paul Fidelio!
Geronimo. Tetsworth, you are not only a miserable wretch, you are nasty. This report card is a disgrace. Latin D, algebra D-, chemistry F+, not a single A.
Oh, Mumsy, it's scarcely my fault that the curriculum doesn't include polo.
All Osmonds are nasty, but to be as dumb as a post, Gad, that is a disgrace. Paul Fidelio! Touche. Tetsworth, if your grades don't improve, do you know what will happen?
You'll take away my little blue sports car.
Right?
And you'll take away my 40-foot white cabin cruiser.
Right?
And you'll take away my blue blazer with the solid gold buttons and the Osborne crest in all pockets.
Right, but something even nastier will happen.
You mean?
Yes, if your grades don't improve, Chatsworth Osborne Jr. will not be admitted to Yale.
Not be admitted to Yale? Oh, no, not that.
Nasty Osborne after Nasty Osborne has attended Yale.
Not go to Yale.
The only other Osborne who never attended Yale was your Uncle Fidel. He died of stupidity at the age of 93.
Go to Yale. No football weekends. No Vassar girls.
The field, tight
No suits with narrow lapels.
break through the
No revels and frolics on the old quad. We'll give a long cheer for Eli's men. We're here to win again. Harvard's team can fight to the end, but Yale will win. Bow, wow, wow. Eli,
All right, Chatsworth. Break clean.
I'll do it, Mumsy. I'll do it. I'll raise my grade so that dear old Yale will be forced to admit one more nasty Osborne.
Then I shall be proud of my nasty boy.
But how will I raise my grades? How? And who will help me? Who?
Me. I'm the one who's going to nag you into being rich and successful and happy, even if it makes you miserable. Now shape up, boy. We got studying to do.
Do we have to?
You have to.
Hey, didn't you hear my mother calling me?
Maynard, you're gonna stick with me.
Okay, now we'll begin with a history lesson. Dobie, who were the 6 wives of Henry VIII?
Henry
Yeah,
VIII.
Dobe. Tell her the 8 wives of Henry VI.
Maynard.
The 4 wives of Henry III.
Maynard.
The 9 wives.
Maynard, quiet. Yeah. Now, the 6 wives of Henry VIII.
Hey, ain't he the cat that looks like Captain Bligh?
Maynard, clam
Yeah, and Captain Bligh, he looks like Charles Lawton.
Maynard.
Hey, Zelda, you're 100% brain. You know everything. So how come all them history characters look like Charles Lawton?
Maynard, I don't have to
Abraham
stupid
Lincoln, a
riddles.
spitting image of Raymond Massey.
Maynard.
And Bela Lugosi, a dead ringer for Dracula. Don't be afraid.
Maynard, come on now.
And Charlton Heston. He looks like practically
Maynard.
everybody,
Maynard, how are you?
And Fulton Sigafoos.
Maynard.
Fulton Sigafoos.
Yeah, he looks like my Aunt Harriet. And then there's...
Maynard, enough.
Dobie, we must press on despite this dragging anchor.
Yes.
You're like welcome.
Now, Dobie, who were the 6 wives of Henry VIII? Think.
Hey, I remember. They were all named Catherine something, except a bunch of them who were named Anne something.
Strictly Flunksville.
Why?
Now listen. Henry VIII's first wife was Catherine of Aragon.
Yeah?
His second wife was Anne Boleyn.
See, I was right.
His third wife was Jane Seymour.
Bravo, Zelda. It takes courage and a sledgehammer to pound information into that rock-hard Gillis skull.
Don't be so smart, Chatsworth. Your grades aren't exactly burning the school down either.
True, but only for the moment. You see, I am not without my hidden resources.
Oh?
Zelda, my delightful elf, has anyone ever told you that you possess that indefinable quality of the truly great women of our time?
Who, me?
Who, her?
You gotta be kidding.
Kidding. I'll show you who's kidding. Zelda, my erudite beauty. Will you go dancing with me Saturday night?
Who, me?
Who, her? We'll trip the light fantastic to the music of Lawrence Welk. Lawrence Welk?
Aha, that's where you trapped yourself, Chatsworth. Lawrence Welk isn't even in town.
I know. I intend to import him for the occasion.
You would do that for me?
That and 1,000 things more, my lovely Zelda. Moonlit trips in my expensive 40-foot cabin cruiser. Fabulous spins in my expensive little blue sports car.
And it's all very flattering, Chatsworth, but I couldn't possibly do it.
I could.
Zelda, you're turning me down?
No offense, but Dobie would never stand for it.
Leave us not be too hasty, Zelda. Maybe I could force myself to stand for it.
Yes, look, Zelda, my lamb, there's really no comparison. I am the sole heir to a vast fortune, also witty and desirable.
And I'm but the son of a poor grocer, dumb in school and puny.
You know, I'm beginning to think you actually want me to go out with Chatsworth.
It isn't what I want that matters, Zelda. I'm thinking of you, of your future. The key word here, my sweet, is sacrifice. It's a far, far better thing I do than I have ever done.
Gee, Dobe, you're like a real human being.
Yeah.
There are forces at work here that are beyond my understanding. But a girl with my face and dimensions is in no position to be fussy. Take me, Chatsworth, I'm yours.
Goody gumdrop.
Atta girl, Zelda.
Europa!
Yeah, Maynard, that's Eureka. There will always be a warm glow here in my heart when I think of you.
Thank you, dear sweet Dobie. Are you sure you want me to go through with this?
Oh, you must, my sweet, for your sake.
Gee, this is the saddest thing I've ever seen since they took away the kid's dog on Lassie.
My expensive little blue sports car awaits my learned princess.
Maynard, she's gone.
Poor Zelda.
I wanted her to go. I'm free.
Poor Zelda.
Now I can make dates with Monica and Jessica and every girl in town. There won't be any nosy old Zelda nosing around to get in my way.
Poor Zelda.
At last she's off my back and she's jumped on Chatsworth's back.
Poor Chatsworth.
More caviar, more roast guinea, and more whatever we have that's expensive.
Glory, ask you, what a spread, Chatsworth. You always eat like this?
Doesn't everyone?
You know, going with you gets to be a classier idea with every bite.
I agree, my learned enchantress.
Except what, kiddo?
Except for one little cloud on my horizon. One tiny little cloud, no bigger than a small bank book.
On with it, boy. What kind of cloud?
A cloud called Yale. You see, Zelda, my studious temptress, I shall never be admitted. I shall lose my heart's desire merely because my grades tend toward the atrocious.
And you want me to help you with your schoolwork.
Wow.
And that's why we suddenly seem to be so chummy.
Gad, what sort of a cat and bounder do you take me for, girl?
Now, calm down, Chatsworth. Don't get your blue blood all in an uproar. I guess I ought to contribute something to this romance, or whatever it is.
You'll help?
I'll help.
Oh, for joy! I and Yale, in that order, will never forget you. Trembly, my Morocco-bound school books, quickly.
Cheers, my young master, cheers!
Now, Chatsworth, what subject are you having trouble with?
Well, we Osborns are nothing if not consistent, all of them.
How about algebra?
Thoroughly baffling. Let's start there and have some more caviar, my, brainy beauty.
Well, Chatsworth, find the square root of 4,712.
Oh, why don't you find it, my infinitely clever enchantress?
No, Chatsworth. Now, first you have to figure the compound interest.
Oh, dear. It's so much more fun to deal with real money.
Now, pay attention.
Chatsworth, I hesitate to use this word in your presence, but are you studying?
Hey, way, Mumsy, isn't it smashing? Mumsy, you remember Zelda Gilroy, the smartest girl in school?
Oh, she better be smart. How do you do, Miss Gilhooly?
Gilroy, Mrs. Osborne. Zelda Gilroy.
Quite.
Mumsy, Zelda has promised to help me get into Yale.
No. Oh! By gad! I'll wager she's just the girl who can do it. Observe that determined little jaw and those alert, beady little eyes. Do you know, my grandfather once had a second butler by the name of Gilhooly.
Gilroy, Mrs. Osborne. Zelda Gilroy.
Fine figure of a man. Sturdy peasant stock. You must come around more often, Miss Gilhooly.
Gilroy.
You see, the Osborne blood is running a little thin, so to speak. Take a look at Chatsworth, the last withered bough on the family tree.
Mumsy, please.
He lived in an incubator till he was 14.
Mumsy.
But enough of this nasty nostalgia. Come on to work, and to Yale. Tremblay, bring on some more pâté de foie gras, some more caviar, and some more truffles. You don't want our little Miss Gilhooly to starve, do you?
Gilroy.
Quite.
Now, Chatsworth. 4%,
Down
645,
the field, fighting for real life, break through the crimson line.
Look at me. See how straight I stand? It's all because a great weight's been taken off my back. And its name is Zelda Gilroy. I'm free to go where I want, when I want, if I want. Boy, freedom, it's the greatest.
Oh, no, Dobiekins, not the beach. Poor little old-fashioned Jessicans is just too utterly delicate for all that sand and sun.
Oh. Hey, how about the movies? At the Bijou, they're showing The Monster That Devoured
Oh,
Cleveland.
no, Dobiekins.
Huh?
Movies like that are just too utterly scary for poor little old-fashioned Jessicans.
Canoeing?
Too utterly dangerous.
A walk in the country?
Too utterly unchic.
Then how about...
Yes, my Dobiekins.
No, that'd be just too utterly. Well, all right, Jessica wasn't quite perfect. She had a few little faults. She was, well, a pain in the neck. There were plenty more apples in the barrel. And Zelda was having a ball, too. She had everything she ever wanted.
Egad, but you're a clever girl. If I multiply pi times the radius squared, I'll get
the circumference.
Astounding. And once I have this fascinating circumference, what do I do with it, my cunning charmer?
Send it to Yale.
Oh, bulldog! Bulldog! Wow, wow, wow! Hello, Zelda, you're a superlative brain. Is there anything you don't know?
Yeah. How I got into this mess in the first place.
Bulldog! Bulldog! Wow, wow, wow!
Sit down, Bulldog. You still got a fuzzy circumference.
See? We were both free as a couple of carefree birds. I could take out all the girls I wanted, and nobody stopped me. All kinds of girls. Tall ones, short ones, blondes, brunettes, redheads, in-between colors, and they were all lovely. Take Monica. Beautiful as an angel. If she only didn't talk quite so much. About herself.
So naturally, all the boys in school were trying to date me because they thought I was the prettiest girl they'd ever seen.
Yeah.
And they were definitely right. Although I do look better in some colors than others. Well, not that I don't look stunning in all of them, mind you, but a person does have certain colors that favor her more than others, don't you think?
Well,
But you can't really blame all the boys, can you? I mean, just look at me. This face, these eyes, this body. I mean, I believe in telling the truth. And if I'm a real knockout, well, why hide my beauty under a shell, right? Right. But the important thing is the inner person, I always say. I mean, how warm and considerate she is on the inside, which is one of my most endearing characteristics. Well, not that I don't have many others. Aren't I right? Right.
Yeah, right.
Hi, hello, Gillis, baby.
Hello,
Hi, Monica.
Hi, Zelda. Long time no see.
Yeah, it has been quite a while. How have you been, Dobie?
Me? Oh, fine. Absolutely perfect. How about you?
Me? Oh, wonderful, just wonderful. Never a dull moment.
Yeah, it's been the same with me. Gay, mad, tarantella.
It's been a wizard arrangement all around, Dobie-Doo. In yesterday's geometry test, I got a B+. I knew absolutely everything about that mischievous old circumference.
Good work, Chatsworth.
Zelda, my brilliant belle, we really must be en route to Sweet. After the dance, we go to the art exhibit and then to dinner. And in between, of course, we must study.
Sure, Chatsworth. Sure.
Yeah, Monica and me, we have to run, too. It's just one crazy thing after another. Where are we going tonight, Monica?
Oh, down to the mall shop where everybody can see me.
Oh.
I've got this beautiful new dress, and I don't want it to go to waste.
No.
After all, beauty like mine belongs to the whole world.
Chatsworth, isn't this all just too gay?
Trembling, full speed ahead. Ta-ta, Gillis, baby. Monica.
Yep, that's how it went. I had more fun and freedom than I ever had before in my whole life. It was Joysville, a ball, a million laughs. Yeah. Laughs.
Hey, Dobe, you kind of look like Tacky. You sure you're feeling all right?
Sure, I'm feeling all right. Why shouldn't I feel all right? I'm living on cloud 9. Nobody on my back, nobody to nag me, nobody to bug me.
Yeah, ain't it the greatest?
The greatest.
The wildest.
The wildest.
The craziest.
The craziest. Yeah. The craziest, the wildest, the greatest. So how come I'm the miserablest?
Poor Dobe, I'm getting like all misty again.
I feel empty inside.
Empty? Hey, maybe these cookies will...
Not that kind of empty, Maynard.
Like, hi, Zelda.
Hi, Maynard.
Zelda? Zelda?
Hello, Dobie.
Hi, Zelda. Gee, you haven't been around the store for a long time. You're looking great.
So are you, Dobie.
Man, that's wild. A few minutes ago, you looked like the picture on the iodine bottle.
Everything looks the same around here.
Oh, sure. Just the same. Same old salami, same old special on soap flakes, same old everything. Is everything the same with you, Zelda?
The same?
The same as the last time I saw you.
I guess so. But they could change any minute if somebody really wanted them to.
Oh, yeah. Was there something you wanted to say to me, Zelda?
It's funny you should ask. I was wondering if there was something you might want to say to me.
No, not if you're sure there isn't something you want to say to me.
Not getting anywhere, are we?
No. Well,
I guess I'm on my way.
Oh, yeah.
Mrs. Osborne's giving a picnic.
Oh, well, have fun, Zelda.
Thanks.
Yeah. Zelda, are you
Yes,
sure?
yes. Am I sure what? Yes?
Nothing. So long, Zelda.
So long, Dobie.
So long.
You know,
Yeah.
picnic and all, I hope it doesn't rain.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, it's pretty clear outside. I don't think so.
Well,
I don't think so.
bye,
Zelda.
bye, Dob.
Bye. Long.
Man, lots of yaks seeing old Zelda again, huh? I mean, now that she's not in your back and bugging you anymore.
Yeah, Maynard, sure.
Hey, Dobe, how come every time you see Zelda, you're like laughing on the outside and like crying on the inside?
Maynard, I don't have the foggiest notion what you're talking about.
Gee, I was hoping one of us did.
Maynard, you're... No, who am I kidding? I know exactly what you're talking about. And the reason I'm like laughing on the outside and like crying on the inside is because I'd give anything to have Zelda back on my back again.
You would?
I would.
So how come you're telling me?
Because... Yeah, I ought to be telling her. Good thinking, yeah. Here, you watch the store.
Here, you watch the store.
Oh, the outdoor life. We occasionally need a taste of rugged living to keep us from getting soft. Tremblay.
Yes, madam.
That mountain casts too great a shadow. Call the bulldozers. Have that removed. Miss Gilhooly.
Gilroy.
Quiet. Miss Gilhooly, I want to thank you for the miracle you've wrought in Chatsworth. Up to a few weeks ago, he was a wealthy jughead.
And now I am a superb scholar.
That you are, Chatsworth. Nasty, but scholarly.
It wasn't so much.
No, tut, no modesty here. If Chatsworth continues to keep his grades up, he is sure to enter Yale. Oh, Yale. What is it, Tremblay?
Forgive me, madam, but there seems to be a mosquito on madam's helmet.
A mosquito? Insolence destroy it?
Yes, madam.
Thank you, Tremblay. More or less.
My pleasure.
Zelda.
Oh, good heavens,
gotta
what's
talk to
that? Tremblay, get my rifle, whatever it is, I'll shoot it.
So I'm like a human person.
Oh, yes, you are a bit like a human.
Yes, Dobie, yes.
Zelda, I surrender. I can't go on any longer unless you come back and nag me.
You can't?
I can't. You bug me and aggravate me and drive me nuts. But I love you, don't you see?
Perfectly, Poopsie.
You're a miserable pain in the neck.
But
you're a necessary miserable pain in the neck.
I know exactly what you mean, Snookums.
Now just see here, Gillis.
Yes, Chatsworth, fight for the girl.
Excuse me, ma'am, but he'd better not. With Zelda at stake, I'd take on the whole U.S. Marines.
Oh, Dobie.
But Zelda and I have an understanding.
Our understanding is off, Chatsworth. You need me now to help you get into Yale, but Dobie will always need me. Always.
I'm helpless.
Unsure.
Vulnerable.
Dependent.
Unsettled.
Floundering.
Bad-headed. Just holding up my end of the conversation.
Now, just a minute. See here, girl. Do you mean to tell me you would actually choose Dobie Gillis, the son of a grocer, in preference to Chatsworth Osborne Jr., buy money out of gilt-edged securities?
Yep, that's what I mean to say, Mrs. Osborne. I gotta be where I'm needed most. Come on, Dobie, I'm back on your back again. Stand up straight. Don't shamble, don't slump. Look up at the stars, not down in the mud. Oh, we got a lot of work to do.
Zelda.
Honey boy. A lot of work. Shape up. Chin up. Chest.
Zelda. Welcome home.
As we of the graduating class of Central High School take our first step, faltering step away from our beloved alma mater, let us consider where this step will lead us.
Larry, what is this?
Oh, Zelda knitted it for me.
What's that?
She's rehearsing her graduation speech. Some of us will
Some
move
of us
on.
will move on to the Ivy Halls of higher
That's
learning.
right. I hear Yale didn't turn you down after all.
Naturally, Mumsy had a little talk with them, and they didn't dare refuse me.
Huh?
Bulldog! Wow! Eli Yale!
But alas, among us there will be be some who will go through life without a purpose. Idle drifters, purposeless drags and derelicts, aimless wanderers and stumblers.
You rang?
Dobie, once a gal who's creamy, Dobie, wants a gal to call his own. Is she blonde, is she tall, is she dark, is she small, is she any kind of dreamer at all? No matter, he's hers and hers alone. 'Cause Dobie has to have a girl to call his own.
Yeah, I know I'm late, but what can I do? I'm running the yearbook all by myself. Sure, I could use some help, but where am I going to find it? I don't care if it's inadequate, second-rate, weak-kneed, clock-watching, and jerky.
You rang?
Hi, Zelda.
I think I just found some help.
Dobie, Dobie,
That's how it happened. I just walked into the yearbook office to borrow some money from Zelda so Maynard and I could get something to eat. Maynard hadn't eaten for over an hour, and he gets desperate. And the next thing I knew, I was a gentleman of the press.
Men, this year we seniors at Central High are going to have the best darn yearbook in the whole history of the school.
Dobe, I'm hungry.
A yearbook we will treasure and cherish in the years to come.
You ain't like got a banana on you, have you, good buddy?
No, man.
When we're sitting in front of the fireplace in our split-level home in the suburbs, with the children fast asleep and their Dr. Dentons upstairs, we will take out the yearbook, Poopsie, and remember those first fine, careless days when we were young.
Zelda!
A loaf of bread and ice cube? Anything?
Maynard, you can eat later. Right now we got to get cracking on those captions.
You captions?
I don't know what they are, but I'll eat them.
Maynard, a caption is a line you put under a picture in the yearbook, like most likely to succeed, most intelligent, most beautiful, like that.
All right, let's get to it.
Yeah, before I go into a comma.
Maynard, that's Coleman.
I already picked out some pictures.
Yeah, okay. Let's see him.
Here, most likely to succeed, most intelligent, most beautiful.
That's what I like about you, Zelda. You're so modest.
Yeah, I got that too. Most modest.
What's the caption on mine?
Most likely to marry Zelda Gilroy.
Now cut that out.
I know the caption on mine. Most hungry.
Possess your soul and patience, Maynard. I'm sending you two boys out on an assignment in a few minutes. As soon as I read you the class poem I wrote for the yearbook.
Oh?
Central High, we're going to miss you. Central High, we hug and kiss you. Central High, our alma mater, you're the best on land or water. Central High, for you we're burning. We will miss your halls and learning. We will miss your kindly teachers, principals, and other creatures. Kind of gets you right here, huh, Dope?
I don't know, Zelda. Maynard's stomach's growling awful loud.
Please, small girl, let me go so I get something to eat.
You're out of money, remember?
I'll trap something. Please, Zelda.
All right, man, I'm sending you out on a great human interest story. Every year, the yearbook has a feature called Where Are They Now? We look up somebody who graduated from Central High a long time ago, find out what he's doing, and write a story about him.
Well, who do you want us to look up?
I really got a Lulu this time. I had to dig way back. Have you ever heard of Show 'em No Mercy Appleby?
Well, who hasn't? He was the greatest football player in the history of Central High.
That's right. In the big game against Webster High in 1911, he sent the entire Webster team to the hospital. And the coach, too.
Yeah.
We never lost a single game when Show 'em No Mercy Appleby was playing for us.
Where is he now?
That's what you two are going to find out.
But where do we start looking?
Hey, let's start the lunch counter, huh, Dope?
Yeah, look, look, look. You'll find him. You can do it.
But what if he moved to another state? Like Cleveland?
Well, that's what you've got to find out. And bring me back a story.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Zelda.
Hey, Dope, remember what we came for?
Oh, yeah. Zelda, could you lend us a little money to buy Maynard something to eat?
Sure, Pooksy. How much do you want?
$20 or $30. Maynard, here's $1.
Right. And here's a pencil and paper for you, my ace reporter.
Zelda, please!
And here's a camera for you, my ace photographer. Now go!
Yeah. Okay, Zelda.
I'll stand by to tear out the front page.
Now I had two big problems. First, how to feed Maynard on only $1. Well, that problem got solved.
Oh, Dope, get a lot more peanuts for $1 than a dime.
True, Maynard.
Almost twice as much.
Yeah, Maynard, The second problem was how to find Show 'em No Mercy Appleby. This was a really tough one.
What's so tough about it?
What's so tough about it? Why, this man could be anywhere. Europe, China, Australia. How are we going to find him? What do you think we do? Just walk up to the first passerby and say, "Excuse me, sir, but do you happen to be Show 'em No Mercy Appleby?"
Yes, I am.
He could be anywhere in the world. He could be dead, for that matter. Maynard, which way did he go?
I think he went that way.
No, that way.
Yeah, you're right, he went that way.
No, I think you're right, that way.
Maybe he went that way.
Maynard, come on.
Mr. Appleby will be here any moment. Naturally, we want to make a good impression on the new owner of Kane Iron and Steel. I didn't tell you that... And who might you be?
I might be Rex the Wonder Horse, but I'm not. I'm Show 'em No Mercy Appleby. I own this place and everything in it.
Oh, well, Mr. Appleby, it's a great pleasure, I'm sure. My name is...
Yes, I know who you are, I know who they are, I know what they are, and they're fired. Come on, get out, you time servers.
Oh, but sir...
Don't give me any lip. Get out of here. Come on. Move! Now then, you. Do you want to stay on here as resident counselor, or do you want to go back to chasing ambulances?
Oh, I'll say so.
Fine. Then your salary will be cut 75%, effective immediately.
Oh, but quiet.
I suppose you wonder why I'm dressed like this. I'll tell you. Every time I buy a new business, I go out and look at the trash pile. That's what I did when I bought Montgomery Motors. That's what I did when I bought Interplanetary Electronics. And that's what I'm going to do here. There's more profit goes out the back door than comes in the front. That's the curse of business. Waste. Now, where's your trash pile?
Well, it's out and back, I believe.
All right, I'll take a look at it. You better fire those two secretaries outside.
Oh, yes, sir.
And you better take up shorthand. Waste.
You were right, though. He went that way.
No, Maynard, I think you were right. Maynard, it's him. Yeah. Excuse me, sir. Did you say you were Show 'em No Mercy Appleby?
That's right, son. I'll beat it.
The Show 'em No Mercy Appleby who was star fullback of the 1910 Central High School football team?
The Show 'em No Mercy Appleby who has put more men in the hospital than the flu epidemic. I'm about to add 2 more to my list. Now beat it.
Sir, what are you doing?
I'm looking in a junk pile. What do you think?
But why?
It's the way I make my living. Now get out of here while you still can.
Poor old fella. Once a great football star, the idol of the crowd, a graduate of Central High. Today, a poor old miserable junk picker.
Gee, I'm getting like all misty, though.
Maynard, give me that camera. Maynard, we're going to do something to help that poor old miserable son of Central High.
I'm like all heart, though.
Dobie, that's terrible.
It was even worse in person.
It was like pathetic.
It almost broke my heart watching that poor miserable old man work. Maynard, that's a crying shame. Zelda, here's a fine old man like Show 'em No Mercy Appleby who risked life and limb for Central High. And look at him today. Penniless, forgotten, scratching a miserable living out of junk piles. We just can't let this happen.
Well, what can we do?
Give him his own junk pile.
Hey, I'll give him my allowance for the next month. That's $20.
And I'll contribute mine. That's a total of $40.
And I'll give mine, and that'll be $40.35.
That's not nearly enough.
Like right.
We gotta figure out a way to raise a lot more.
Like right.
A way that'll really work.
Maynard, we're busy. We got no time for your little quirk. Quirk! Maynard, cut that out. I said quirk.
Oh, I thought you said work.
Quirk! Maynard, please. Zelda, I know what we can do.
What?
The senior class fund. How much is in it?
Well, $110. Why?
Well?
Yeah, good thinking, Dobe. First, we find out where they keep it, see?
Maynard.
Then we get them funny masks and pull them over our faces, see? And Zelda waits outside in the car and keeps the motor running. And if we can't get a car, she waits outside and holds the bus transfers. And we zoom past the guards, blast them with our gas, and heist the loot.
Maynard, enough! Enough!
And then we make tracks for the border before the posse can get a haul.
Zelda, the senior class fund might be exactly what we're looking for. What was the class planning to do with it?
We were going to use the money to buy a drinking fountain for the girls' gym.
Let's give it to Mr. Appleby instead.
What's he gonna do with a drinking fountain?
No, we use the money for our ragged, tattered old hero. And that's only the beginning. After that, we'll raise lots more.
Yeah, we can throw a big benefit bazaar for him.
I'll sell ice cream, and all the money will go to Mr. Appleby.
Yeah, I'll sell soda pop.
I'll sell candy.
I'll sell peanuts.
I'll sell hot dogs.
I'll sell hamburgers.
And I'll sell kisses.
No offense, Zelda, but ain't we supposed to be trying to raise money?
Never mind, Maynard. Zelda, this is the finest thing any senior class has ever done. Our parting gift to Central High will be a magnificent gesture to show that pathetic old wretch that Central High School doesn't forget yesterday's heroes.
Geez, Zelda, I'm getting like all misty.
Me too. Dobe, has anybody ever told you you're all heart?
Yeah, me.
It's a far, far better thing we do than we have ever done. That was the beginning of our campaign to save Show 'em No Mercy Appleby. All the weapons at our command were thrown into the battle. And what a battle that was.
The power of the press will save this poor, miserable wretch. Copy boy, take this down. Here's the lead to the greatest story this yearbook has ever carried. Students of Central High, put your hands in your pockets. What do you find there? A handful of coins? To you, they may be but a few paltry pennies. But to a tired, beaten, unhappy old bag of bones, they can be the door to new life, new hopes, new horizons. Dig into those pockets and show that Central High still remembers and appreciates its great hero of a bygone era, Show 'em No Mercy Appleby.
Beautiful, Zelda.
Okay, Maynard, now read to me what I just said.
Right. Students.
Well, go on.
That's all I got. You like talking fast.
Maynard, stop the presses. Does everybody help us around here? I'll do it myself. Copy boy, get that phone and act like a newspaper man.
Check. Stop the presses.
Maynard, just tell them who you are.
Maynard G. Krebs, ace reporter here. Appleby. Show 'em no mercy, Appleby. How do you spell it? It's A-P-P-P-L-B.
You better give me the phone. Yeah. Dobie Gillis, assistant editor. Check. Yeah, he was the greatest hero Central High School ever had, and he's a poor, broken wreck of a man now. Check. Check.
Dobie, who was that?
Somebody named Check.
It was... That was the Daily Bugle. They heard about Mr. Appleby, and they wanted to know the details.
Hey, Central High will be famous.
And Mr. Appleby will get back on his feet.
Stop the presses.
Stop the presses.
Just tell them what my end of the conversation.
Come on, we gotta get rolling on that editorial. Maynard, tear out the front page.
Maynard, that's not what she meant.
Maynard, go get some paper from the supply room.
Right.
Give us your old clothes so a fine old man won't go.
Save our doddering old hero.
Everybody gives.
Here.
Don't be a cheap.
Don't be a tightwad.
I don't need these old clothes anyhow.
We'll take anything.
We're eager. Maynard, I said we were eager, not desperate. Here, put these back on.
Led by Dobie Gillis, the students of Central High School are digging deep into their pockets to show that pathetic old wretch that Central High School doesn't forget yesterday's hero. Dobie, dear, did anybody ever tell you that you're all heart?
Is everybody deaf? Me.
Look at here. It's in all the downtown papers, too. Oh, I'm proud of you, son.
I'm glad, Dad, because I was going to ask you to contribute to the Show 'em No Mercy Appleby Fund, $10.
Not that proud.
Give him the money and be thankful that you had it to give.
Well, you're right, Winnie. That poor old man out there picking junk. Here, take this, boy.
Oh, thanks,
Here,
Dad.
take this, too. He probably hasn't had a square meal in years.
And these
Dad.
two?
Thanks,
And this, too?
Yeah, Maynard.
And this, Maynard! I know you spend enough time around here to qualify, but you are not really a member of the family. So if you're going to give something you own.
I got carried away. I'm all heart, too.
That's all right, Maynard. I'm proud of you. And you, Herbert, and especially you, Dobie.
Thanks.
Well, you're not any prouder of them than I am.
Well, I'm prouder than either of you.
You are not. I'm prouder.
Well, I'm proud of them up to here.
Well, I'm proud of them up to there.
Well, I'm proud of them up to here.
Well, I'm proud of them up to there. Well, I'm proud of them up to there.
We are all proud of you.
We sure are.
Ditto, Mr. G.
Right.
But I'm proud of them up to...
Maynard, please.
Dobie's doing such a wonderful thing, and his payment will come when he sees the gratitude and the appreciation on the poor old face of Mr. Appleby.
Murder. Death. I'll kill him. I'll crush their skulls like eggshells. I'll throw them into the poorhouse. Withers, you panty waste, come in here.
Oh, yes, sir, Mr. Appleby. Yes, sir.
Withers, have you seen that?
Oh, dear.
And this?
Oh, goodness.
Yes, help us save this poor, beaten, downtrodden old man. Give him your old clothes. This poor, pathetic wretch can use anything. Now, what do you have to say to that?
They misspelled pathetic wretch.
Quiet. You're a lawyer, aren't you? That's libel, isn't it?
Oh, definitely, sir.
Then we'll sue him within an inch of his life.
Oh, but Mr. Appleby, sir, he's only a high school student, the Dobie Gillis. Now, how much can you get out of a high school student?
He has a father, hasn't he? And the father owns a grocery store, and a truck, and a GI insurance policy, and $1,100 in the bank. I'm going to get every nickel of it. Come on now, you, and get your briefcase.
Yes, sir.
Gee, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad.
Gee, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad.
Maynard, I'd better go over to the school now. We're having a rally during lunch hour for the Show 'em No Mercy Appleby Fund.
Say, that doesn't give you much time. I better drive you over, huh?
Well, never mind, Mr. G. I can drive him.
Maynard, you don't even have a car.
Well, good thinking.
Good thinking.
Mr. G. Yeah? Mr. G. I'm proud of him. Up,
Maynard!
May I help you?
I'm shown no mercy, Appleby.
Oh, my goodness. You must try to eat something.
What's that for?
Oh, now don't be proud with us, Mr. Appleby. You take it.
Well, I never turned down anything that was for free.
You know what I like with apples? A nice piece of chocolate.
Well, thank you. Have any cheese?
Why, certainly.
Any buttermilk?
But of course. Salami?
Thank you. We'll put this in the briefcase for later. Now then, you, I take it, are the mother of Dobie Gillis.
The proud mother.
And where is the proud father?
No, he took Dobie to school. He should be alone.
Withers, how much do you think the joint's worth?
6,000 or 8,000, what I can see.
You have much of an inventory out back?
Oh, not terribly much.
Where do you live?
Upstairs.
What kind of furniture do you have?
Oh, old things mostly.
Antiques?
Oh, no. Just things we bought when we were married.
Uh-huh. We'll put down about $500 for personal effects.
Why are you asking all these questions?
Do you know who I am, madam?
Why, certainly. It's all right here in my son's article.
No, it isn't all there, madam. I own the Kane Iron and Steel Company, the Interplanetary Electronics Company, the Amalgamated Copper Company, and I am president of the Drovers and Planters National Bank.
You are?
Tell her.
He is.
Well, you must have gotten a mighty good chuckle out of my boy's little article.
Madam, I haven't had a good chuckle since 1933 when I foreclosed on an entire county. Give it over.
Liable? I don't understand.
Explain it to her, Counselor.
Libel is holding a person up to public ridicule, contempt, and derision, causing mental anguish and loss of respect and esteem in the community, casting doubt on a man's business reliability and personal character, and, in general, impairing public confidence and respect.
And calling me a miserable wretch, a decrepit old hulk, a weather-beaten pauper, and a pathetic old man.
Well, obviously that was all a mistake.
Yes, a mistake that'll cost you and your husband and that idiot son of yours everything that you own, everything that you ever hoped to own.
So, when we get down to the high school, do you mind if I stick around and watch this rally you're putting on for old man Appleby?
Sure, Dad, if you want to.
Oh, I do, son. I think it's a great idea, and I'm very proud of you, boy. Not as proud as me. I'm proud of him up to... Boy, how much money do you think you're going to raise for the old man?
Well, we started off with $110 in the senior class fund, and then with what we took in from the bazaar and the old clothes, the raffle.
It's probably $300 or $500. Man, what a haul! If we grab those kids before they get to Applebee...
I told you to cut that out.
Yeah, and we don't head for Mexico, see? Every Tom, Dick, and Harold vamooses down Cucaracha way. We head north, see?
Yeah. What kind of cockeyed talk is that?
We adios up to Canada. Who'd ever think of looking for us there?
Maynard.
I mean, Canada's a whole entirely different city.
Yeah.
Oh, Maynard, pipe down.
Ooh, man, what a shrewd-thinking fellow you are, Maynard G. Krebs. While all those cop cats are running around looking at tortillas and enchiladas, we've vamoosed to places.
You'll never get away with it.
Oh, sure I will, Mr. G. I will definitely...
what about the Royal Canadian Mounted Police?
Nobody will ever catch... Oh, yeah, they always get their man, huh? Oh, right. You're not a man, kinda.
Kinda.
Yeah. Oh, I got it. Cleveland. Oh!
Cleveland?
Like, yeah, nobody ever goes to Cleveland. I mean, who ever finds
Dad,
Cleveland?
stop encouraging him.
I'm sorry. You can't get away with it, killer.
Right, Copper.
Dad, cut that out. You know how Maynard gets carried away.
Dobie's right, Maynard. You can't go to Canada and you can't go to Cleveland. How about trying Cincinnati?
Dad! Maynard! I'm ashamed of the two of you carrying on like this when we should be thinking of that poor, sweet, lovable old man.
Shame, double shame. Why, you are a decrepit wretch and a miserable hulk.
Madam, he is not a miserable hulk. The kind of hulk he is decrepit.
Willard!
Just quoting the evidence, sir.
Also detestable, despicable, and hateful.
You hear that, Withers? Now we can sue the whole family. Make it a package lawsuit.
Right.
Why, this is positively shameful. At this very moment, my boy Dobie, bless his dear sweetheart, is over at the high school making a speech in order to raise money for you. You miserable scoundrel.
Did you hear that, Withers making a speech? That's more evidence. Can you take down shorthand?
Oh, yes, sir. 100 words a minute.
You better get it up to 150 in the next 10 minutes. Come on, let's go.
We'll see you in court.
Like your attention, please. My good buddy Dobie's going to make a speech.
Yeah, quiet down and listen to what my boy has to say.
Kids, the snack bar's closed today. Today I'm not going to let you spend your money on ice cream and root beer and candy. Not that I've got anything against ice cream, root beer, and candy, but today you've got something more important to do with your money. I'm going to ask you not only for ice cream money, but also for the money you've been sticking in your sock for new records and new skis and new hubcaps and like that. I want important money from you today because we've got an important job to do. You all know about the fund for Show 'em No Mercy Applebee. You've all been generous. You've all contributed. But I want you to contribute more. I want to push this fund over the top, and I'll tell you why. We're all seniors here, about to leave Central High. This school's given us an awful lot. Not only the stuff we got out of books, but a lot of things you don't find in the curriculum. I mean, devotion and dedication and a real honest, unselfish concern about what kind of people we're going to grow up to be. Well, let's show Central High how grateful we are. Let's show it not by buying another drinking fountain or another set of books for the library or another row of bleachers for the stadium. Let's show it by a living testimonial. Let's pay tribute. I said tribute, not charity, to a man who had it in his heart to return the love and devotion that Central High School felt for him. A man who week after week got out on the football field with only one thought in his mind, to give his last ounce of strength for the school he loved, the school that loved him. A man whose spirit burns bright, a beacon to light the way into the future. Think of what kind of man Mr. Applebee could be if he had the breaks we had. But somewhere along the line, something terrible happened. Something that turned a fine, upstanding citizen into a pitiable figure of a man. What was it? Nobody knows. But we're going to make up for whatever went wrong for this man who did so much for Central High. We're going to make up for whatever weakness.
I just can't go through with this. I just can't.
Damaged character.
Withers,
No mercy.
me neither.
A man...
Hold it, son. Hold it. Hold it.
Mr. Applebee, here, sit down, you poor dear old thing. Can I get you something to eat?
Wait a minute. I'm not poor. And I'm not a deer. I'm a gillionaire. I'm rotten clear through to the core. But thank you for letting me see the error of my ways. Here, you take this money. And all the money you make at the sale. And buy something for your high school, like an auditorium or a gymnasium or something like that. If you need any more, come to me.
You're all heart, sir.
I didn't realize it was that kind of dough in pick and junk. Don't despair, Maynard. You'll make it.
Hurry, kids. 4.
He's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow. Which nobody can deny, which nobody can.
Sir, we just wanted to show you the plans for the new Central High School auditorium. Appleby Auditorium, we're going to call it, and it'll be beautiful, and we'll never forget you,
That's
sir.
right, sir.
You're all heart, sir.
Uh-huh.
That's all right, kids. I'm only too glad to do it. I'm glad you stopped by, and I'll come by anytime you feel like it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
Bye,
very much.
Mr. Appleby.
Goodbye. Yeah. Bye-bye, sir.
Oh, they're right, sir. That was a mighty handsome thing you did for Central High School. And I know it cost you a pretty penny.
Yeah, and I think I know where the money's coming from.
Where, sir?
Effective immediately, your salary is cut another 75%. Outside.
Dobie. Once a gal was creamy, Dobie. Once a gal to call his own. Is she blonde? Is she tall? Is she dark? Is she small? Is she any kind of dreamer at all? No matter, he's hers and hers alone. 'Cause Dobie has to have a girl to call his own.
Central High, and there the brave old Central belt resounds across the sky.
Dobie, Dobie,
Yep, the big day's almost here. My graduation from Central High School. But there were times when I thought it'd never arrive. Like every time I got my grades. Or like the time all the trouble started on the first day of my senior semester. That was when I ran home, all bubbling over about graduating. And Dad was excited, too.
So you're graduating. Big deal.
But you're going to be a part of my graduation.
I already told you I'd give you the $6 for that wacky cap and gown. What more do you want?
A picture of you and Mom in the caps and gowns you wore when you graduated from high school. The yearbook's going to publish family pictures of all the graduates.
Why, what an adorable idea. My graduation picture's in that old trunk up in the attic. Where's yours, Herbert?
Who knows? Forget it.
Forget it? What a shocking attitude. When your son asked you to be a part of a very important event in his life. Don't worry, darling. I'll find your father's high school graduation picture.
Winnie, I absolutely forbid you to waste time on such foolishness.
Why, Herbert T. Gillis, I am stunned. You call yourself a good father, but you act like a rude, boisterous, unpolished, unrefined boor.
You rang?
Oh, hi, Maynard.
Like, hi, Mrs. G, Mr. G, Dobe G. Dobe G, that's you, good buddy.
I know, Maynard, I know.
Maynard, dear, we're in the middle of an important family discussion.
Yeah?
What'd I miss?
Maynard, people who butt into other people's conversations are not considered polite people.
Yeah, those kind of people are real low-down type of people. Okay, start again. This low-down people's ready.
Maynard, dear.
Yes, Mrs. G?
No offense, Buster, but why don't you just flake off?
Gee, thanks, Mrs. G. When you talk like that, I feel like I'm home.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all right, Mom. I have to go upstairs anyhow and start my homework.
Work!
Maynard, I meant the kind of thing we do at school, not the other kind.
Well, the kind of what?
Work.
Work!
Maynard, come on.
Herbert, something's bothering you.
Nothing's bothering me. It's just that I can't afford to waste time crawling around in some crummy attic trying to find some crummy old picture.
Why, Herbert?
Well, that's right, and I believe... Oh, Winnie Pooh, I'm a bum. The reason I can't give our dear boy the picture he wants is because his respected, honored, beloved father who loves him is a stupid, uneducated ignoramus who never graduated from high school.
No.
Yes, and I'm ashamed to tell him.
Oh, Herbert, dear.
Well, it wasn't my fault. I had to quit school and go to work to get enough money so I could finish school and get a diploma. But before I saved enough money to go back, along came WW2. I enlisted. Then I met you, and we got married, and I took over the store. And what with Dobie on the way and trying to make both ends meet, I never did get back to get my diploma.
Why, dear, I never knew.
It's what's inside all of a guy that counts, not just what's inside one part of him, like his head. This is America, and oh, Winnie Pooh, I am a miserable flop, and our dear boy is being brought up by a stupid, uneducated ignoramus.
Why, dear, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Lots of stupid, uneducated, ignorant, wonderful people never graduate.
Winnie Pooh, don't waste your time trying to cheer me up. Anybody who gets through high school can't possibly be a stupid, uneducated ignoramus.
Like me, Mr. Milfloss, sir?
Like you, Mr. Krebs. Answer the question. Who wrote the Star-Spangled Banner?
Mr. Milfloss, sir?
No, Mr. Krebs, I will not repeat the question.
Then would you...
No, Mr. Krebs, I will not give you 45 minutes to do research.
Then would you... Nah, you'd never do it.
Go on, surprise me. I never do what?
Send me out on a mysterious errand to keep me away till school's out, so don't give a wrong answer to the question.
Correct, Mr. Krebs. I'd never do it.
See, I was like right.
Congratulations. This is like the first time for everything.
Yeah, Mr. Milflaws, Maynard would have known the answer, but he didn't have time to finish studying. You see, we were
There's
both...
no need to defend him, Mr. Gillis. He's like no worse than many other members of this class. I find it a highly depressing situation. Here you young people are given a golden opportunity to learn, to improve yourselves, to prepare for the future, and you waste it. What a tragedy.
Gee, I'm getting like all misty.
He's getting like all misty. There are thousands of people right here in this country, in our own city, who would give anything to be sitting in your seats.
Where are they? They can have mine.
You see, you are not the only students I have the privilege, and I use the term under duress, of teaching. At night, I conduct several adult education classes.
Man, how can you like educated adults? They're like too far gone.
Not quite, Mr. Krebs. The people who come to night school after long hours in factories and mills and offices work much harder than any of you to learn the things you are taking for granted. And most of them are wonderfully conscientious, sharp as a tack, eager students.
Me go to night school? Huh!
You are enrolling tonight. It's the only way you'll ever get your high school diploma.
Winnie, at my age, I don't need a high school diploma. What I need is soft food and a rocking chair. Oh, Winnie, I want to do what's right by Dobie, but why do I have to graduate? What difference does it make?
No, you don't mean that. Graduation is something that you really want.
Oh, I suppose so, but I'd be embarrassed going over there to night school.
You'll be embarrassed if you don't go. Next objection?
Dobie will laugh me crazy.
Well, all right, then. We won't tell Dobie until after you graduate. Then he'll be so proud he wouldn't even think of laughing. Next objection.
What if I flunk? I take that back. Herbert T. Gillis, when I start out to do some flunk, impossible.
Out of the question. Next objection.
Well, oh, Winnie, you got your head made up that I'm going to graduate, so why fight it?
Oh, darling, this is the finest, bravest thing you've ever done.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Well, I would.
Oh, I'm a loving husband, so I wouldn't argue with you. I don't feel good. My feet hurt.
There, dear. You're going to love it in time.
No, I won't.
Of course you will.
I will.
Now, there. I will wait for you outside.
Oh, please, don't leave me now.
All right.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Milflaws, Monty W. Milflaws.
Monty W. Milflaws?
I'm to be your teacher during this coming, let us hope, happy semester. Now, let's fill out these enrollment cards, please. Pass them back, please. Pass them back. You know, I'm not trying to flatter you folks.
She's just a visitor.
Oh, thank you. But I enjoy teaching these adult classes even more than my regular high school classes during the day.
Oh, this is murder, Lou. If he teaches during the day, he's bound to know Dobie. So the minute he hears my name is Gillis, he'll open his big yap and Dobie will learn all about it, and I don't know why I ever let you talk me into it in the first place.
It's too late to do anything about it now.
No, it is not.
Please stop that whispering there. If there are any questions, ask me. Mr. Dobbs.
Fred C. Dobbs. And then, you see, after I graduate, I say, my name is not Fred C. Dobbs, it is Herbert T. Gillis. And they have to give me my diploma and my right name. Smart, huh?
Brilliant.
Hey, you know, I think I'm going to like this. My homework. American history. Oh, boy. The administration of President Millard Fillmore. Millard Fillmore was a president? The administration of President Millard Fillmore began on July 10th, 1850, when he succeeded to... You know, Winnie, this could get tough.
Hi, Mom. Dad.
Oh, son.
Oh, hello, dear. Where have you been?
At the library studying. I'm going upstairs now and finish. This American history is the wildest.
American history? You mean about presidents and senators and presidents nobody ever heard of and stuff like that there?
Right. I'm plenty good at it, even if I do say so myself.
Presidents in American history, huh? Say, how'd you like your old dad to help you with your homework?
Yeah, thanks, Dad, but this is one subject where I don't need any help.
But your old dad wants to help you with your homework. Now, why don't you tell me everything you know about any old president that happens to cross your mind?
Oh, like Theodore Roosevelt?
Like Millard Fillmore.
Millard Fillmore? You know, it's funny you should mention him because I'm kind of an expert on his administration.
Oh.
Yeah. You see, he was a vice president under Zachary Taylor.
Millard Fillmore was a Whig? Ridiculous. That's what he wore, not what he was.
No, Dad. He was a member of the Whig political party. They were an early group of conservative statesmen.
Oh, that way.
Yeah. Well, I guess I've done enough studying for today.
Oh, but I haven't. I mean, I haven't heard you recite all you know about President Fillmore. You know, I want you to get good marks in your test.
Oh. Okay, Dad. You know, I sure appreciate this big interest you're taking in my studies lately. You're a wonderful father.
Oh, just say a good American, WW2 veteran, good conduct medal, all that sort of jazz. Read, boy, out loud.
Yeah. Millard Fillmore, the 13th president...
Whig.
Oh, yeah, Whig. Was born January 7th, 1800, in a log cabin on a farm in Cayuga County, New York. Hi, Dad.
Hi, son. Well, don't just stand there doing nothing. Start studying.
Gee, I just got home. I got to go upstairs and get my books.
Don't bother, boy. I brought them down here for you. Here you are, Millard Fillmore, page 208, paragraph 3. All right, start studying, boy.
Here, Dad?
And now.
Oh, okay. You say so. Let's see. President Millard Fillmore.
Oh, Whig if there ever was one.
Yeah, Dad, yeah. Appointed Daniel Webster as his Secretary of State in 1850.
Hey, Dope, how come you're so smart in school these days?
Oh, I'm not so smart, Maynard.
Yeah, I guess you ain't.
Well, you didn't have to change your mind so fast. I'm pretty smart.
You sure are, Snookums. Whenever Mr. Milfoss calls on you, you pop right up with all the right answers.
Yeah, especially about that president, Philip Millmore.
Maynard, that's Millard Fillmore.
Yeah, him too.
Yeah. You know, I really owe it all to my father.
You gotta be kidding.
I don't know why, but Dad's changed so darn much lately. I mean, every afternoon he does my homework with me. He makes me recite my lesson over and over. He's really making a student out of me.
Yeah, when they get to his age, they kind of develop a flabbiness in their head.
Maynard.
Your father's finally using good sense, Snookums. Now you'll start getting good grades and graduate with honors and be admitted to a big college, and then I won't have to support us when we're married.
Zelda, please.
Somebody's got to nag you on to success, lover, because without nagging, you're a hopeless case.
Like me.
Not quite that hopeless.
Oh, Zelda, I gotta admit the nagging's helpful. I've been writing these smashing essays, and everyone's better than the last one.
This essay is even better than your last one. How'd you know so much about Millard Fillmore?
Well, some fellows specialize in space travel and others in atomic physics and some in batting averages. Me, I just happen to specialize in Millard Fillmore, a Whig.
La-di-da. Name me one guy with any brains who ever heard of Millard Fillmore.
One more word out of you, Callahan, and zing into orbit.
Stop that or I'll keep you both in for recess. That's better. Let's move ahead with our study of American history. For tomorrow's assignment, I'd like the class to prepare an essay of about 500 words on the Louisiana Purchase. I want to compare your work with the work of my regular classes. I've given them the same assignment.
Louisiana Purchase? Where are we going to find out anything about that?
The Louisiana Purchase? As a matter of fact, Dad, we're studying about it in class right now.
No.
Yes.
Say, I got a great idea. Why don't you start studying right now and I'll help you.
Gee, thanks, Dad, but I'm supposed to be working here in the store now.
Never mind that. Your lessons should come first.
But I need the money you keep promising to pay me.
Well, nobody can ever say that Herbert T. Gillis is against education, so I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll promise to pay you the same salary if you'll just buckle down and do your schoolwork. Work!
Maynard.
Like, hi, Mr. G. Dope. Good buddy, I'm like worried about graduating.
What's there to worry about?
Well, I'm not exactly worried about graduating. It's more like not graduating.
That's what I thought.
Mr. G, would you maybe like help me a little chunk like you do sometimes with Dobe?
Well, that depends. What do you know about the Louisiana Purchase?
Nothing. I've never been near the state of Indianapolis.
That's what I was afraid of. Come on, son. Let's take a swipe at this Louisiana Purchase, huh?
Oh, okay, Dad. Well, the Louisiana Territory was purchased from France by President Thomas Jefferson.
Probably a Whig.
No, Dad.
Well, everybody couldn't be Whigs. Go ahead.
You see, President Thomas Jefferson decided that this country
should gain possession of the area known as the Louisiana Territory, extending from the Mississippi to the Rocky Mountains. This was the beginning of the westward movement in the United States. Thank you.
Congratulations again, Mr. Dobbs. As usual, an excellent piece of work.
Well, you are not playing with kids, you know.
In fact, it compares favorably to work done by students in my regular high school classes.
No, what do them juveniles know?
I'm really proud of you, Dreamboat. Another A.
I don't want to appear immodest, but I'm proud of me, too.
Dobie,
Yeah.
your essay on the Louisiana Purchase was excellent work.
Work! Maynard.
Your essay was really something to be proud of.
You see, Poopsie, when you buckle down, you're really a crackerjack student. And that means that someday you'll be able to support me in the style to which I should become accustomed.
Zelda! I'm being brilliant, and she's wrinkling.
Dobie, I don't quite know how to say this, but, well, have you been doing all these assignments yourself?
Sure. Oh, my dad helps by listening to me sometimes, but he never does my assignments or writes essays for me or like that.
Then let me put it this way. Do you know a man named Fred C. Dobbs?
Dobbs? No, I don't think so, sir.
No, I don't know him either.
Maynard.
I know a fellow named Fred G. Tibbles.
Something's fishy here, and I'm going to find out why.
I think his name is Fred G. Tibbles. It could be Arthur H. Tibbles. It's a big family.
Maynard, please. Mr. Milfloss, what is it? What's wrong?
I'm not sure yet. But stand by while I turn these glasses in for a couple of private eyes.
Well, maybe it was Henry C. Tibbles.
Maynard.
Mr. Dobbs, what do you know about the construction of the Panama Canal?
Not much, Mr. Milfloss, but I'm dead game to find out. How long do you want the essay?
How does 500 words sound?
Oh, it sounds great to me. You shall have it.
I think I've already had it.
Huh?
Never mind. Just write the essay.
That I will, and you will learn a barrelful.
That's what I'm afraid of.
The Panama Canal Zone has an area of 553 square miles, of which 371 square miles are land. It's 50 miles long, at least 300 feet
Hold
wide.
it, boy. You're going too fast.
Too fast?
I mean, mumbling and speeding along like that. Slow down. Give it a chance to sink in.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
My pleasure, son.
Yeah. The, Panama... Dad, what are you writing there?
Oh, just making some notes so I can ask you questions later on. Keep you on your toes.
Oh?
No fair cheating.
Sorry, Dad. Sorry.
Yeah. Now, why don't you start at the beginning and real slow take it so that your old brain can grab hold, huh?
Oh. Good thinking, Dad. Good thinking. Let's see, the Panama Canal Zone has an area of
553 square miles, of which 371 square miles are land. It is 50 miles long, at least 300 feet wide, at the bottom of the excavated channel,
And hold it, Mr. Dobbs. I've heard enough.
But I ain't finished yet.
Want to bet?
Huh?
I have several serious words to say about that essay.
Oh, too deep, huh?
No.
Too fancy?
No.
Too high-toned?
Too stolen.
Now, just a minute. Just a darn minute.
It's entirely possible that somebody stole it from you.
Oh, well, I admit it's pretty high-class stuff, but why would anyone go around burgling essays?
I can't imagine. But a pupil in my daytime class by the name of Dobie Gillis.
Dobie Gillis didn't steal nothing. No.
How do you know?
Well, because he's a good boy and he wouldn't steal anything because he's a good boy.
You know it?
Never heard of him. Well, it's just that any kid with a name like Dobie Gillis doesn't sound like the kind of kid who'd run around stealing essays.
Mr. Dobbs, There is something strange going on in the Panama Canal, isn't there?
Well, you see...
Also the Louisiana Purchase.
Well, I know.
And Millard Fillmore.
Oh.
Do you think I should talk to the principal about this Gillis boy?
Oh, no, don't go to the principal because this Gillis boy didn't steal anything. The Gillis boy is not guilty. Well, at least not that Gillis boy. It's this Gillis boy.
Oh, hi, Dad.
Hi. Son, I gotta talk to you.
Dad, I'm just studying about President Chester A. Arthur. How would you like to help me?
Forget all about that stuff. My school days are over forever. Boy, I got a confession to make.
A confession?
Yeah, a terrible, miserable confession. But before you start calling me a bummer and a cheat, I want you to remember all the good things I've done for you.
Dad, what's the matter?
I want you to remember, like, when I brought you that teddy bear to the hospital when you was only a day old.
I'm afraid I don't remember that, Dad.
Oh, sure you do, boy. And remember how I brought you home from the hospital and put you in that little crib when you was hardly as big as a 10-pound sack of flour?
I think I was a little too young, Dad.
Oh, you were not. You remember? Remember how I walked
Dad,
the floor with you when you had the colic?
No, Dad.
Now, I want you to remember all these things when I tell you about the terrible thing I've done.
You, Dad? Impossible.
No, it was low down and sneaky.
No, I can't believe that.
What kind of a son are you, anyway, disagreeing with your own father?
Dad.
I am an honest man, and when I say that I've been dishonest, what right have you got not to believe me? Oh, forgive me, dear boy. You know, I enrolled in that night school so that I could finally get my high school diploma, see? But then I started copying your homework and getting grades that I didn't even deserve.
Dad, I had no idea.
Remember the teddy bear?
Yeah.
Remember how I shoved you in that crib?
Dad.
And remember how I walked the floor with you when my feet were killing me? And how the floor was so cold that twice I almost caught my death?
Please, Dad, calm down. Everything will be all right.
It will?
Of course it will.
You mean you can forgive me for letting you down?
Sure, Dad.
And for setting you such a bad example?
Right.
And for disgracing you in front of the whole high school?
Sure.
And for getting caught?
You got caught? Look, Dad, I don't know why you did what you did, but I know you must have had a reason. And I'm going to stick with you no matter what.
Oh, bless you, dear boy. A poor, miserable father like me don't deserve a fine, upstanding son like you.
That's not true, Dad. You're a fine father.
You are disagreeing with me again, but I'll let it pass.
Listen, Dad, we'll see this through together. You and Mom and me.
Then how can I lose? I'll go down to that school board and tell them just how it happened. They've got to give me another chance, don't they, boy?
Sure, Dad, sure.
Why, sure they do. Why, you can't beat a man when he's standing shoulder to shoulder with his loyal family. Oh, bring on that school board. I'm gonna fight like a tiger. Please, Mr. Milfloss, don't kick me out. Oh, I beg you.
The school board has decided that in light of the circumstances, you will not be punished. And you'll be given a chance to rewrite all of the essays that you copied from your son. This time without help.
All right, Mr. Milfloss. And don't you let me catch you help me anymore, or oh, the fur's gonna fly, boy.
Mr. Milfloss, you mean that my husband will be able to graduate after all?
If his examinations and essays are satisfactory, he'll receive his diploma along with the graduates of the regular high school.
Oh, Herbert, isn't that wonderful?
Nah, don't worry, Mom. Dad'll pass that exam easy.
Sure he will, Mrs. Gillis.
He will.
He will.
He will.
He will?
What were the principal accomplishments of the administration of James K. Polk? He was the president, too?
I got my fingers crossed for him.
So have I.
So have I.
Me, too.
Maynard!
Time's up, Mr. Gillis.
But if
I'll have to pick
he
your
was a Whig, he was not the best Whig, because the best Whig was Millard Fillmore. Or was it Chester A. Arthur? How's it going?
Dan, how's it going?
Now, don't be nervous or stutter or mumble, students. There's nothing to be scared about.
Like there, Mr. Milflaw, sir.
Thank you, Maynard. Remember, the people in there waiting for your graduation are your own friends and relatives. Where are the rest of the graduates?
We're it, Mr. Milflaw.
Yeah, the end of the line.
Oh, no, you aren't. There are 2 more graduates. Graduates I'm very proud of. This ceremony doesn't go on until they get here.
Other graduates?
Like who?
Like us. Wait.
Hey, hold it!
You can't graduate without us. I've been waiting 25 years for this. Hey, how do I look?
Beautiful, beautiful.
My wife and kids are waiting in there to watch me.
That's too bad.
Stop shoving, Callahan.
Now listen, Dobbs.
The name is Gillis, and I don't think us graduates should be arguing. True?
True.
Ah, that's my dad.
Gee, I'm getting like all misty.
Me too. Now, come on. Let's get this line moving.
Above the school we love so well, our precious Central High, and there
And to think I could have gone into real estate.
Dad?
I'm back here taking inventory. What do you want?
Dad, we just got the proofs of our graduation pictures. They look great.
Big deal. Why don't you guys drop that graduation talk already?
Dobe, I gotta give your father credit. He didn't let graduate from high school stop him from being mean and rotten.
No offense. Dad, it was the biggest thing that ever happened to us.
A graduation's a graduation. Stop yakking about it, will you? Well, what are you gawking at? Ain't you never seen a high school graduate before? Oh.
above the school we love so well, our precious Central High, and there the brave old Central Bell resounds. Dobie, once a gal who's creamy, Dobie, once a gal to call his own. Is she blonde, is she tall, is she dark, is she small, is she any kind of dreamer at all? No matter, he's hers and hers alone. 'Cause Dobie has to have a girl to call his own.
Basic differences. So the most important quality we can bring to marriage is compatibility. Just listen to this. Oh, what a glorious future faces a couple who do have compatibility. For compatibility, Mary Ellen, don't you want to learn about compatibility? All right, Mary Ellen, if you never want to get a fella, it's on your head.
Dobie, Dobie.
I'm real gone on this marriage kick. You see, up to now, I've merely been having dates. You know, just splashing around in the shallow end of life, so to speak. But pretty soon I'll be plunging into the deep end, marriage. So to answer my questions, I'm studying this book on the problems of married life. I have to use a book because, well, just between us, I'm getting some awful peculiar answers at home. My mother, a nice, kind, uncomplaining lady. Uncomplaining? Well, nobody's ever heard her complain. And the reason is that nobody's ever there to listen. You see, she's only half of this happy family picture. Here's the other half, the empty chair or missing husband half. Mom says the last time she remembers Dad in that chair was when he sat there to listen to the election returns. And Wilkie lost.
Carter of bison, we stick through thin and thick. We are better than streptomycin when a pal gets sick.
So now you know the truth. The the powerful force that's kept my father's chair empty for, lo, these many years is the Benevolent Order of Bison. Oh, I can't blame him for being such an enthusiastic member. After all, the lodge gives him a chance for a little pleasant relaxation and friendship.
And furthermore, Zabinski, you have always been a chowderhead.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah?
Well, I might be a chowderhead, but you're a stupid chowderhead.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah?
Well, you happen to be a stupid, stubborn chowderhead.
Yep, Mom knits and frets while Dad roars and bellows. You see, they haven't learned that without compatibility, marriage becomes shabby, tacky, seedy, washed out.
You rang?
Oh, hi, Maynard.
Like, hi, good buddy.
Hi.
Oh, I checked through that book from Dullsville.
Yeah, we're studying it at school in our senior problems class, marriage, courtship, and romance.
The title sounds like wild, but it don't have much of a story.
Maynard, listen to me. I'm reading this book because I want to be better prepared for marriage than my mother and father were.
My folks are like a mess, too.
Mine aren't a mess, they're just incompatible. And they don't spend enough time together to get compatible.
Well, those are the breaks.
But I live in hope. Hope that someday, somehow, something will happen that'll bring my father back to his home and hearth where he's so well beloved and away from the Bison Lodge forever.
On this glorious occasion, leave me state that if I am elected to this high and noble office, I will increase the number of meetings to 3 or maybe even 4 a week, every week. And any guy who don't show up because his wife doesn't like the idea is a lily-livered coward, and we don't want him for a member anyhow. Oh, what a dilly of a meeting we had last night. A million laughs.
Yes, you were still giggling when you got home at exactly 2:26 this morning.
Oh, well, you never guessed what happened to me last night, so I better give you a hint. It's got
You were nominated for Grand Bull Bison.
something to do with me becoming a very important how did you know.
It's happened this time of year for the past 9 years.
It's only 8 years, and let's skip the whole thing.
Hi, Mom, Dad.
Son, you'll never guess what happened to me, so I better give you a
the
little...
Grand Exalted Bull again.
Who told you?
I figured it out yesterday when I saw you copying Calvin Coolidge's acceptance speech out of my history book.
I was not copying, I was adapting.
You ought to let me write your acceptance speech for you. Boy, there'd be 100 new members join up right away just so they could vote against you.
Well, thank goodness the voters can't see me being humiliated like this right here and now. Winnie, what's ailing you?
I'll tell you what's ailing me. What's ailing me is that we spend practically no time at all together anymore because you're always running off to the Bisons. And that's not the way it ought to be in a marriage. It's making me miserable and unhappy, and that's what's ailing me.
Winnie, we spend plenty of time together right here in the store.
Sure, filling orders.
What about after the store's closed?
That's when we deliver the orders. No, Herbert, be honest and admit, our marriage has lost its pep, its zing, its gusto. Marry me, Winnie Pooh, and we will laugh and dance and sing our way through life together. Whatever happened to those big plans, big talker?
Can't you recognize a campaign promise when you hear one?
Aha.
You keep your aha out of this.
Herbert T. Gillis, I demand more out of our marriage than I've been getting. And you better do something about it. PDQ!
It's heartbreaking to see anybody suffer like that, even parents. So I decided to move up the heavy artillery, namely me. Oh, I don't mean just me. I mean the vast knowledge I've acquired about marriage, courtship, and romance. Don't laugh. I read the whole book, didn't I?
Get that rotten hunk of propaganda out of here before I use it to wrap fish heads in.
Dad, how do you know the book won't do you any good? You haven't even opened it.
Just check the size of the blame thing. I don't trust no book I can't get in my pocket.
Dad, there's nothing wrong with this book. It just tells how vital it is to prepare for marriage. I mean, we prepare for a simple little thing like, say, a picnic. So why shouldn't we prepare for a whopping big thing like marriage?
Because marriage is no picnic, that's why. Marital harmony, who's she?
That's not what it means.
Are you a good mate? What's that, some sort of an ad for a Lonely Hearts Club or something?
You know, it's a test that tells if you're a good or bad husband.
I can tell you that without any test. I'm a good husband. In fact, I'm probably one of the very best. It's your mother who does all the fussing. Oh, sometimes she's a troublemaker.
Let's take the test, Dad. I'll mark down your answers.
I can tell you exactly how it's going to come out, but go ahead. What's to lose?
Oh, okay. Are you modest or egotistical?
Egotistical? Modest, definitely. Why, I never claim to know more than your mother does, except when I actually do, and it's not my fault that that's practically all the time.
Oh, yeah, Are you overly critical of your mate?
Positively no. I never criticize your mother unless it is absolutely necessary, and I'll cut that out just as soon as she shapes up the way I want her to. Next question.
Are you physically attractive?
Well, I'd rather not say. I'd rather you answer that question. And while you're at it, you might jump back up there and give me a double check on that modest bit.
Are you selfish or unselfish?
Well, this is where I have to admit that I'm not quite perfect. This may come as a shock to you, but sometimes I find myself being just a teensy-weensy bit selfish. So mark down 1% selfish and 99% unselfish. That's perfect, I guess. So shoot the next question to me, boy. You know, this is highly educational.
Yeah, are you considerate or inconsiderate of your mate?
Son, you know that I'm not one to brag. However, I feel that I can say without any fear of contradiction that I am probably one of the kindest, most considerate, let your mother get that out in the kitchen. Women nowadays don't have enough to do to keep them busy. We'll get on with the question about what a kind, considerate husband I am.
Yeah.
Hello? Oh, hello, Blanche. Nothing. Just cleaning up after dinner. What? An overnight bag? Yes, I have one I can spare. Where are you going? Oh, how wonderful. Well, then I better lend you my sandals and my bathing cap and other things that you can use at the beach. Oh, it's no trouble. I'll just put everything in the bag and you can pick it up on your way to the bus depot.
Well, what's my score, huh?
Yeah, hold on a minute, Dad. I'm still adding it up.
Well, what's the highest anybody ever got? You know, this is probably a night for breaking records.
There.
Well, what is it, huh?
According to the book, a score of 60 means a person's a real dud as a husband. 70 indicates he can stand plenty of improvement, and 80 means he's better than average.
Keep going, boy. Tell me mine.
Well, if my figures are correct, you're lucky Mom didn't leave you 3 days after you were married.
Hey, what kind of a lame-brained game are you playing? Now, give me that book.
Dad.
Domineering, inconsiderate, hot-tempered. Hot-tempered, me? I am not. I am probably one of the kindest, sweetest, mildest-tempered husbands in town, and I'll clobber anybody who says different, including you. Now take this screwy book and get out of here before I forget you're my son and that I love you.
Dad, look.
Out. Out!
Excuse me, Mom.
Winnie, we gotta do something about the things they're teaching our kids in school. Dobie just showed up here with some loony book that says that it's a miracle you didn't leave me. What are you doing?
Packing my bag.
What for?
What does a person usually do with an overnight bag?
Oh, come on now, Winnie. Don't try to scare me.
I am not trying to scare you. Pass me those beach sandals, please.
Beach sandals? Oh, you're running off to Bermuda or Acapulco or Honolulu or one of those places to make up for all the good times I promised you and then didn't give you. Oh, Winnie, don't leave me,
Herbert,
please.
I am not leaving you.
Yes, you are. I can feel it in my tired, guilty old bones.
Herbert, I am staying right here.
No, you're not. You're just saying that to make me feel good and because you feel sorry for me.
This bag belongs to Blanche Ginder. She's visiting her sister up at the lake.
See that? You feel sorrier for Blanche Ginder's sister than you do for me. Feel sorry for me, Winnie. I'm your husband.
Herbert, the neighbors.
Oh, blast the neighbors. Oh, Winnie, I'll reform. I promise. I'll be a new Herbert T. Gillis. I'll get rid of the old one.
Dad, you want me to get that book for you? Hi, Dad.
Oh, hello, son.
I see you had the same idea.
What idea?
Getting something to eat. That's the best thing about living upstairs from a grocery store. You've got a whole store full of refrigerators to raid. Come on.
No, son, no, that's not good thinking. I mean, eating in the middle of the night, you get bad dreams.
Huh? So how come you're doing it?
So I like bad dreams. Well, good night, boy.
Dad, all I want's a glass of milk. We're all out of it upstairs.
Milk?
Yeah.
A boy your age still drinking milk? A boy getting ready to graduate from high school, getting ready to go out and make his way in the world, still drinking milk?
Dad, just last night you said that milk was the best thing a person could drink.
I did?
You did.
Well, we're all out.
All out? Dad, the milkman delivered 6 cases this morning.
I drank it all.
6 cases?
Didn't you just tell me that I told you milk was the best thing people could drink?
Oh.
Well,
I guess I'll turn in, Dad.
good thinking. Good night,
Yeah.
boy.
Night,
Sleep
Dad.
well.
Night. And, Dad, don't be embarrassed about that book with the icicles on it. I think it's wonderful that a man your age is still willing to learn. And, Dad, you're going to make it. You can teach an old dog new tricks. No offense.
No offense, son, but how's that book going to help me be a better husband?
Well, Dad, it's all right in here.
Because I want to, Dobe, you know. I love your mother with all my heart.
That's good, Dad.
Yes, sir. I really love her. And she's a hard worker and a good cook.
Hard worker, good cook.
Yeah.
How about her eyes?
Eyes? Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
And her hair.
Beautiful, boy.
And her smile.
Gorgeous. And do you know why? Because she's got a great set of teeth. Why, do you know, Dobe, your mother hasn't cost me a penny in dental bills since the day we got married?
That's very romantic.
Yes, sir, and that's something for you to remember when you start getting married, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Take a good look at the girl's teeth. You know, give her something hard to chew on, like peanut brittle, something like that, and then watch real close and see if she really puts her jaw into it. Why, I had a friend, Fred Krausmeyer. We went to high school together, see, and he married a girl, and inside of a month, she clobbered him with $1,000 in dental bills.
Yeah.
She'd been saving up cavities for years, just waiting for some poor slob like Fred to come along.
Dad, all I hope is that it's not too late.
What?
Maybe this book can still help you. I don't know.
What are you talking about?
It's what you're talking about. I ask you why you love Mom, and you tell me it's because she's got a good set of teeth.
Oh, well, she has. I've seen her bite clean through a chicken
don't you
bone.
love Mom because she's faithful, because she's devoted, because she's been your companion and friend for years and years, sharing your pleasures and your trouble, taking the bad with the good?
Well, of course I do.
Then why don't you show it?
I'll tell you why. Because I'm a no-good, inconsiderate lout.
Oh, no, Dad, look.
Yes, I am. Don't try to make me feel good. I'm selfish and thoughtless and inconsiderate. A lout.
Yeah.
Why, for years I've had the love of that marvelous woman upstairs with that sensational set of teeth. And how have I repaid her? By grouching and grumbling and carrying on, and at night when I should be home, holding her hand and discussing our mutual problems. Where am I? Down at the Bison Lodge, chalking up a snooker cue, or snorting and bellowing and carrying on like some kind of a nut or something.
That's true, Dad.
It is?
You just said it, didn't you?
I know, but I was kind of hoping you wouldn't agree with me.
Dad, you're not a bad man.
No, I'm selfish.
Well, a little.
Thoughtless.
Well, yes.
I'm inconsiderate.
Well, yes.
So I'm selfish and thoughtless and inconsiderate, but I'm not bad.
That's right.
Does that make sense?
Look, what I mean to say, Dad, is that basically you're all right. I know you love Mom, and she knows it, too.
Oh, I do, boy. I've loved her ever since the first time I clapped eyes on her was in a beauty contest in high school.
Oh? Mom won?
No, she came in 27th. But there were 29 girls in the contest, and I fell right in love with her. After all, I'm no Rock Hudson myself, you know.
True, Dad. No offense.
No offense. But I do have a nice smile, don't you think?
Yeah, I don't know, Dad. I've never seen it.
Well, I'll make one for you.
Very nice, Dad. Very nice, very nice. Now, if we had more smiles and less of that, things would be a lot better around here.
Oh, I don't want to argue with you, boy. I want to be a good husband, but how's that book going to help me?
Well, Dad, it's all right here.
I know, but that's a pretty big book. Couldn't you give me a couple of for instances?
All right, Dad. Good. Let's see now. For instance, here. It says, always show interest in the things your mate's interested in. Now, what's Mom interested in?
Talking.
All right, so talk to her.
And Miss Television?
You see, Dad.
You're right. What else does it say?
Well, it says, let's see, it says, always accept constructive criticism from your mate.
Constructive criticism.
Yeah.
And not only Miss Television, but breakfast, lunch, and dinner, too?
Dad, it's no use. Forget the whole thing. This book's not going to help you.
No, boy. I really love your mother, believe me, and it ain't just her teeth.
You'll really study this book?
Oh, I will.
And you'll do what it says?
I promise.
Dad, I believe you.
Son?
Yeah, Dad?
You're all hard.
Well, sir, Dad did study the book, and he did do what it said. Part of it, anyhow. Dad, Halloween's over.
Never mind the wisecracks. I got these duds out of an old trunk up in the attic. I bought them on our honeymoon.
Oh, Acapulco?
Tijuana. And it's all on account of that book of yours. It's the only idea in the whole shebang that isn't pointless, stupid, knuckle-headed.
Like hi, Dobe. Oh, like bye, Dobe.
Maynard, it's only my father.
Well, those are the breaks. What are you made up for, Mr. G? Halloween's like over.
One more remark like that out of him and out.
I wouldn't say nothing about your clothes. I like them.
See, I told you he was going to make some kind of a dirty crack.
What about the clothes, Dad?
Oh, well, it's kind of a surprise for your mother. You know, that book you gave me, it says that we should try to recreate the atmosphere of the courtship.
Oh,
Courtship?
see,
No, don't go to court, Mr. G.
Ouch.
You don't have to go to court. I mean, they can't pinch you for wearing them clothes, no matter how screwy you look. I mean, they can't drag you into court for anything you wear, as long as you wear something.
Yeah.
I know, they keep trying to run me in.
Dad, the book just meant to treat Mom like it did when you were courting.
And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Boo-boo-boo-boo, boo-boo-boo-boo, Hot Lips Herbie Gillis, they used to call me in those days. Oh, she's going to get a big kick out of this. Boo-boo-boo-boo, but me.
Well, girls, I'm dummy. I'll get the coffee.
Good. Did you get a look at that dress that poor thing's wearing? 5 years old, if it was a day. That tightwad Herbert T. Gillis.
I love you. That's what my heart keeps saying. While every breeze is playing our Cuban love song. Boo, 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 I love you. For all the joy you brought me, the lovely night you taught me, our Cuban love song.
Who was that? You know perfectly well it was my husband, Herbert.
Oh.
Don't you oh-ho-ho-ho me. I know what you're all thinking, and it just isn't so.
You can tell us, dear. What is it, horses?
Poker? Belting the grape? Another woman? It's none of those things. Herbert acted sweet to me because he loves me and he wants me always to be happy, and that's all there is to it.
Sure, Winifred, sure.
Well, it's true. He's not going to the bison meetings anymore because I complained to him that he was spending too much time down there.
You mean a bison gave up his lodge on account of his wife? Huh?
He hasn't been there in over a week, and I know, because he's been taking me out every night. To the movies, and fancy nightclubs, and intimate little restaurants, every place. He treats me just like when we were courting, and it's been wonderful. Candlelight dinners, flowers twice a day, perfume.
Go on. Yes, for heaven's sake, don't stop now.
Just tell us.
Oh, you doll.
What's all this crazy business here?
All those girls are terribly envious of me.
Of you?
Of course. And all because you're so sweet to me.
Me? Oh, come on.
It's true, dear. And now, would you do one more sweet thing for me?
You bet, Winnie Pooh. Anything?
Go to the next bison meeting
You're kidding.
and campaign like the Dickens, because I'm just dying to be Mrs. Grand Exalted Big Bull.
So I shall insist it. Oh, Grand Exalted Big Bull Bison, for being late to the gathering of the herd, I seize a culprit. Herd him into punishment. I now. Who shall present the charges against banished Bull Gillis?
I will.
Me first.
And me next.
I charge Bull Gillis with unbison-like conduct. Unbecoming to a bison. Being nice to his wife.
Now listen, you belly-aching bully, you.
Sit down, you!
How can I teach you?
And on account of Gillis, our wives have passed the rule. We can only come to the lodge once a week.
Reverend Bull, shall Bull Gillis be stomped out of the herd? Oh, no, you can't stop me. After all, I'm really a sweet guy. Oh, I may get a little loudmouth once in a while, but underneath beats a heart of pure gold.
Us bison wives heard what you said about Herbert T. Gillis. Now, this wonderful man brought us out of the wilderness and made us bison wives realize what charming, what fascinating, what beautiful and attractive women we are. Hooray! Everybody in favor of Herbert T. Gillis, the grand, exalted big bull, say aye. Aye! Mr. Gillis is the new, grand, exalted, big bull bison.
How does it feel getting hugged by the grand, exalted, big bull bison?
Exactly like being hugged by Hot Lips Herbie Gillis.
This meeting is adjourned till the next meeting, except for one thing. All members, married and otherwise, will report here next Thursday night.
I'm gonna give lessons.
Ready to go to the movies, though?
Oh, Maynard.
They're showing a quadruple feature. The first feature is The Monster That Devoured Cleveland.
Maynard.
The second feature is The Son of the Monster That Devoured Cleveland.
Maynard, listen.
The third feature is The Bride of the Son of the Monster That Devoured
Maynard,
Cleveland.
stop. We can't go to the movies.
Yeah, and the fourth feature is The Return of the Bride of the Son of... We're not going to the movies?
That's right. I gotta get back and watch the store. Mom and Dad are going out tonight.
Like out tonight?
To dinner and then to a show and then dancing. And it's all on account of the things Dad learned from this book.
No Monster That Devoured Cleveland?
No.
No Son of the Monster That Devoured
No.
Cleveland? No Bride of the Son of...
Maynard, no.
Oh.
Yeah?
Like I always said, books cause nothing but trouble.
I know, Maynard.
Dobie, once a gal who's dreamy, Dobie. Once a gal who's creamy, Dobie. Once a gal to call his own. Is she blonde? Is she tall? Is she dark? Is she small? Is she any kind of dreamboat at all? No matter, he's hers and hers alone. 'Cause Dobie has to have a girl to call his own.
Ladies at number
Oh, Winnie.
73 M. Here she spins again, and it's number 62 G. 62 G. Now have a little spin and watch out, watch
Hi,
out.
Mom.
Well, we
It's dinner.
Quiet, dear.
42O.
Dad, what's going on?
Ooh, your mother doesn't have time for a little thing like her family.
How
She's too busy with her contest.
Now, here we go again, and let's hope it's the lucky number for you. Yes, sir.
Winifred! What happened to the sports page?
Oh, that's what was on the back of the entry blank for the contest to name the new colt of Nathan the Wonder Horse. Oh, it's time for the Name the Melody contest.
Dobie, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Dobie, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Dobie,
We Gillises are not exactly what you'd call a lucky family. I mean, look at me. I've lost 6 girls in the last 4 months. And they were short months. But Mom ignores this terrible family jinx and keeps entering contests anyhow.
Women.
Which women?
Women! That women! All women! You can't beat them. I'm too set in my ways to join them.
We wouldn't have you.
You are undermining all the goodwill I've built up in this neighborhood through years of hard work and by exuding a warm, friendly, winning personality. And have you ever won anything? No. But every night it's the same thing. 25 words or less for nothing.
Well, you do the same thing.
I what?
Every night you settle down in front of the television set, you give me 25 words or less. Much less.
Gee, Dad, if Mom enjoys it, why begrudge her a few 3-cent stamps?
The money has absolutely nothing to do with it. Besides, there are now 4-cent stamps.
What if I were asking to go out somewhere every night?
Ask.
Or asking for a new dress 3 or 4 times a year?
Ask.
Or just going to the cash register and getting the money?
You wouldn't dare.
Well, maybe I will just dare to spend a little something besides my time on harmless contests that cost no money.
Harmless contests? I haven't had a square meal in 2 months. I can't read a continued story in a magazine because the final episode always winds up a hole where you set out some coupon to send away to get something that you never get.
Well, it's worth it, because one of these days I'll win.
You'll never win.
I will, too.
You want to bet? Listen, if you ever win a contest, I will let your mother come out here on a visit.
You what?
For a month.
Promise?
And that miserable can't-get-married no-wonder sister of yours, too, Gladys.
For 1 month?
For 2 months.
3 months.
Now, Winnie.
Oh, I knew you'd back down.
4 months.
Because you know I'll win one of these contests eventually.
5 months. 6 months.
6 months? It's a deal, and I'll hold you to it, Mother and Gladys, for 6 months.
Correct.
I'll write them at once to start packing.
Pretty dumb bet you made, Dad, about letting Grandma and Aunt Gladys come for 6 months.
Now listen.
You're risking letting Grandma and Aunt Gladys come, and Mom's not risking a thing.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, what's the big about? One lone woman against 172 million other Americans. Besides, we're an unlucky family.
We are?
Well, let's look at the record. What's the most important thing in your life?
A lovely creature named Jessica Tichborne.
How's it going?
It isn't.
I rest my case.
Hello, Jessica, my darling, my sweet, my angel. What? She's over at the high school with Fast Freight McCurdy? Yeah, thank you, Mr. Tichborne.
No.
Oh,
now,
why?
will you please stop following me around?
Oh, why, Jessica, baby?
I've been telling you for a week.
Oh, why, Jessica, baby?
Because of all the boys I know, you're the most dismal, boorish, dreary, unappetizing.
You rang? Quietly. Like Ido, what you doing? Shh. What fun is that?
Will you try to get it through your thick, athletic skull, Fast Freight? The undying love I felt for you is dead.
If there's another guy, I'll murder him.
Hey, that's Fast Freight McCurdy. Ooh, I wouldn't want to get murdered by him.
There is no other man, Fast Freight. I got sick of you without any help.
You used to be crazy about my deep breathing.
For 2.5 regrettable semesters, when I mistook it for passion.
Oh, come on, Jessica, baby. You know you're crazy about Fast Freight. Feel that bicep.
Oh, no.
Come on, let me curl you.
No. Now, it just no longer gives me that fluttery, buttery, stuttery feeling.
Give me the stomach with all your might. Come on.
Never again, Fast Freight. I'm going to find me a boy with the strength of an hour-old kitten and the courage of a crippled butterfly. A boy with biceps of sponge, legs of jelly, and a backbone like a wet noodle.
You rang?
Indeed, I did. And never has an order been filled more perfectly. Hi, Dobie.
Jessica, my sweet. My stomach's full of butterflies, all cowardly.
You're sweet.
Yes.
And you take your big lumpy muscles and go home.
Jessica.
Go.
Oh, delight of my delights. Oh, moon of my Caribbean. Oh, princess of my infinity.
Hey, that's cute.
Yes, it is.
Zelda.
Only it just so happens I'm the one who wrote it.
Splendid, Ducks. I was afraid momentarily that he was going to be brainy.
And I might add, Ducks, I wrote it for Dobie to say to me on my last birthday. It was his birthday present to me. His only present.
Oh, I care nothing about money.
Oh, delight of my delights. Oh, moon of my Caribbean.
Jessica, you can't want him. I mean, take a look. That tiny chin, that pointed head, those pigeon toes. You can't possibly want him.
Oh, but I do.
Oh, she does.
He's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect? A perfect what?
Yes.
Mess?
Yes.
That's what you want, a mess?
Oh, yes.
something, old girl?
What?
You're like bed.
You could be like right.
Dad, at last I found her. Jessica Tichborne.
Well, if she costs anything, lose her. Look at this. Bills, bills, bills. There's one for you.
Huh?
Bills.
A bill?
Oh, if it is, you're in worse trouble than I am.
I don't get it.
You don't get what?
Listen, dear Dobie Gillis, congratulations. You have won first prize in Movie Screen Magazine's National Why I'd Like a Date with Marilee Marabou contest. Miss Marabou will arrive next Friday afternoon to keep her date with you. Congratulations again.
Marilee Marabou? The Marilee Marabou? This Marilee Marabou?
I don't understand it.
I understand it. I won the Marilee Marabou contest. Me, Winifred Gillis, over everybody else in the whole United States. I won.
Winnie, are you going to simmer down or do I have to wrap you in a wet sheet?
I won.
You won a date with Marilee Marabou, huh?
Yes, the contest was why I'd like a date with Marilee Marabou, and I entered it and I won it.
And the letter says that Dobie won it.
Well, naturally, I entered it in Dobie's name. How would it look for a woman to enter a contest? Why, I want a date with Marilee Marabou.
You mean I really got a date with beautiful, glamorous, luscious Marilee Marabou, the movie star?
Yes, my darling. And I've got a date right here for the next 6 months with Mom and Gladys.
Now, just a minute. Just a darn
Now,
minute.
Herbert, you said that if I won a contest, I could have Mom and Gladys visit me.
But you did not win a contest. Dobie won a contest.
Well, yes, but I entered the contest.
But Dobie won the contest.
Herbert, that is not fair, and you know it.
It's a lot fairer than having your mother and that Gladys around here for 6 months.
Well, we leave it up to Dobie.
A date with Marilee Marabou, soft, creamy, pink, round Marilee Marabou, the movie star?
Well, Dobie, what do you say?
I say, like, wow.
Herbert, I won that contest fair and square, and I can prove it. The entry's in my handwriting.
All right, go ahead and prove it. And then do you know what happens?
Yes, Mom and Gladys come here for 6 months.
Dobie is disqualified and does not get his date with Marilee Marabou.
Mom, you wouldn't.
Yes, she would, son. When it comes to a contest, what does she care if she breaks your heart? You who have been a true, loyal, loving, devoted son ever since the day you were born.
Mom?
Oh! I think you're terrible, both of you.
Gee, Dad, do you think we're doing the right thing?
Son, you know your grandmother and your miserable Aunt Gladys yakety-yak talking all the time and always picking on me. Poor, poor Winifred, and oh, how we tried to warn her.
I know, Dad, but just the same...
Let's look at it this way, son. Do you want to pass up a date with this beautiful, upstanding figure of the flower of American womanhood? Exactly.
This is a rotten thing we're doing to Mom.
Oh, the lowest.
The meanest.
The crummiest. Let's do it.
But just as once. Ah, here I am, my dearest, to sing you songs of love. Oh, delight of my delight.
You're late, Dobie.
I know, my love. Something came up. You see, there's this movie star, Marilee Marabou.
Marilee Marabou?
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? I was just going to mention her to you.
Uh-huh.
You know, some local boy won a contest on why I want a date with Marilee Marabou.
Yeah, I'm the local boy.
Oh, Dobie, you're so funny.
Uh-huh.
You see, Dobie, there was this contest in a movie magazine.
Yeah?
And some local boy won it.
Me, local me.
Can you imagine? Isn't that the end? Some kid here in town wrote this letter, just simply full of purple passionate phrases about how he would just curl up and die if he didn't get this date with Marilee Marabou. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
What kind of an idiot would do so? Local you! Dobie Gillis, you awful, hateful, terrible boy.
Jessica, it's only one date, one local date.
One date, and I spend the rest of my life getting laughed at by everybody in this town. Oh, no. Goodbye, you terrible, hateful, rotten, puny, local boy.
Man, I thought she'd never leave.
Me too.
Just once, I'd like to be alone.
Hey, Dobe, did you really write a letter and win a date with Marilee Marabou?
Of course not. His mother must have done it. She's always entering contests.
That's right, and I'm going to tell Jessica. I'll tell the whole world. I'll make a clean breast of things.
Man, you're Josh, and you're going to blow a date with Marilee Marabou?
Maynard, what's more important? One lousy date with Marilee Marabou or a whole lifetime of bliss with Jessica Tichborne? Well?
One lousy day with Marilyn?
Never mind. I've been looking for Jessica all my life. No offense, Zelda. And I'm not going to lose her now just for one moment of madness.
Madness? Egad, you call it madness?
What do you call it?
I call it the best thing that ever happened to you.
Best thing? Well, what kind of a switch is this?
Poor foolish Dobie, poor wandering soul. You know, you remind me of a little lost puppy.
I found a little lost puppy once.
And you picked him up and took him home, didn't you?
No.
How come?
I was lost, too.
Well, I'm not lost. I know where I'm going, and I know where you're going.
Where?
Straight to the top. That's why you gotta keep this date with Merrily Marabou.
I don't follow you, and I'm not sure I want to.
Look, Dobie, I love you with all my great compassionate heart. It'll crush me to see you with Merrily Marabou. It'll pulverize me.
But
I love you too much to stand in your way.
Zelda, you're trying to put something over on me. I can tell by your bright little beady eyes.
You great fool. Don't you realize that Merrily Marabou is your ticket to stardom?
Me?
Him?
You may
You don't realize it, Dobie, but you're really a very attractive boy. Even to a girl like Merrily Marabou.
Oh, don't be silly.
Well, she's bound to like you. She'd take you to Hollywood and you become a big star.
Oh, don't be silly.
Just as soon as Hollywood heard that glorious voice of yours.
Oh, don't be Yeah?
You don't believe it? Just listen.
To what?
To yourself.
Oh.
Sing, Poopsie.
Zelda, Maynard. Zelda! Zelda, you're up to something.
Sure, making you a star.
Zelda, you love me. You don't want me to go to Hollywood.
That's how much I love you.
Yeah? Scooby don't. Zelda, I know what you're doing. If I keep this date, I lose Jessica forever. And that's what you want, isn't it?
Dobie, concentrate. You keep this date with Merrily Marabou. She will be enchanted by your clean, pure good looks, as who would not? Then you will sing for her. She will flip her entire skull, as who would not? She will take you to Hollywood and introduce you to big producers. You will become a star of stage, screen, television, radio, records, and supermarket openings. You will be the idol of millions, especially girls. You'll be the sensation of the nation.
This week I can't be brave and bold, but give me a girlie with a smile so curly and the old moon is shining brighter. For you, what this boy can't do, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Do you really think so?
Of course, Poopsie. And to think you were worried about Jessica. Why, you'll have hundreds of Jessicas, thousands.
Zelda, my dear.
What?
Play.
I tried to write a letter to whom it may concern. With these problems hurting me, I don't know where to turn. If you're the guilty party, I wish you'd tell me why. You wanna shoot your missiles at my friend up in the sky. Don't shoot the man in the moon, oh no. He's gotta keep shining in June. Shoot at the stars, send your rockets to Mars, but don't shoot the man in the moon. What would a summer night be without him smiling down? And if you're gonna shoot at him, he sure won't stay around. He'll leave us all in darkness, and won't that be a shame? You'll have to kiss by satellite, and that won't be the same. Don't shoot the man in the moon, oh no. He's gotta keep shining in June. Shoot at the stars, send your rockets to Mars, but don't shoot the man in the moon. Don't shoot the man in the moon. Don't shoot the man in the moon. Don't shoot the man in the moon.
Dobie! Dobie, do you keep doing that? All this racket is driving me.
Sure, opportunity knocks but once.
Well, tell it not to knock so loud. Oh, ho!
Writing to your mother and sister, huh?
Herbert, I won that contest fair and square, and you know it. And you promised, and I think you're being just mean and awful.
Mom, I feel rotten about this, honest I do. But if word gets out that I didn't win the contest and I don't get a date with Marilee Marabou, then I'll never get to be a big star of stage, screen, television, radio, records, and supermarket openings. I'm sorry, Mom, but you see how it is.
Why, Dobie! Stage, screen, radio, and supermarkets? What on earth is he babbling about?
You know, Winnie, it could be the kid's making sense for once in his life. After all, he comes from people who are loaded with talent.
Like who?
Like little Herbie Gillis, the tops and taps. Hey, you know, I've been thinking.
You are loaded with talent.
Yeah. And you know, I think after we get out there to Hollywood, it might open up a whole new world for us. After all, I've conquered the grocery business. Why shouldn't I take on a new career? Get this. Edward G. All right, watch yourself, say. I'm out of Beyond, say. Because I'm Little Caesar, say. Jimmy Cagney. All right, Louis, you rat. Drop the gun. Louis, you killed my brother, you rat. Lionel Barrymore. Your Honor, you can't send this boy to jail for that. She always was jealous of my talent.
Maynard, think of it. In just a few minutes, I'll be meeting America's dream princess, gorgeous Marilee Marabou.
Yeah, a date with a chick like that is with all the trouble a fella could go through in his whole life, even longer.
True.
Hey, Dob, how come you're wearing the tie and the shirt and the coat and all like that?
For Marilee.
And you got your hair all slickered down.
For Marilee.
And you polished your sneakers.
They're shoes and they're for Marilee.
And you did all that just for her?
Sure.
Man, if that's all the trouble you got to go through to get a chick, I'm going to stick with marbles.
Just wait, Maynard. Someday you too will know the ecstasy that I will soon share with Marilee. The two of us alone together, hand in hand, drifting through the long, lazy, quiet hours.
No, you'll get to talk to her. Everybody will see her now. All right, where's the kid? Where's the kid? The kid, I want the winner. What's his name? Gillis. Yeah, Dobie Gillis. Dobie Gillis. That's Dobie with a B. Dobie with a B. Dobie. You're the kid. Fine. On the photographer's set.
Sir,
good.
This isn't my date with Marilee Marabou, is it? I mean, after all these people go, we're going to have some time, just the two of us, Marilee Marabou and me, alone together, aren't we, sir?
What are you, some kind of a nut or something? We have to catch the 4:30 plane to Cleveland. The newsman's set.
Well, that's 8 minutes.
You set?
Sir.
Don't bug me, Sonny. I'm a busy man.
But 8 minutes?
Okay, son. Just make every minute count. Come on over here. Here, put this thing on and get up there. Yeah. And as soon as this Marilee Marabou or whatever her name is shows up, give it everything you've got. And don't forget, boy. Hey, I'm Herbert T. Gillis, the father of the boy.
And I'm his mother.
Those are the breaks.
Now, incidentally, when you get the boy out to Hollywood, you won't have to worry because naturally I'll go along with him, see? And at the moment, I happen to be a very successful independent retail merchant. And before...
Good, sweetie, baby. That's great.
But before that, you see, I was in show business. Get this, Eddie G. All right, watch it, see? Or I'll rub you out, see? Because I'm Little Caesar, see? And Jimmy Cagney. All right, Louis, you rat. Things that I did.
All right, now, I like the first one, see? I like the first one. Now, see here, you guys. I said I like the first one, see? Yeah, now, we're both loaded with talent, Charlie. Now, out of the way. Attention, everyone. Here she is, Hollywood's Panther Girl, an actress in the great tradition of Ethel Barrymore and Sarah Bernhardt, America's goodwill ambassador to the free world, the one, the only, the spectacular Marilee Marabou. Miss Marabou, I want you to meet the lucky young man who wrote that touching letter that won him a date with you today.
Oh, delight of my delights, oh, moon of my Caribbean, oh, princess of my infinity.
Come on, get up there and sing, boy, sing.
Yeah.
Now, Marilee, tell the folks how happy you are to be in their lovely little town.
And how much you enjoyed making your last picture? The bugged and the unbugged. Now, what about your next picture?
It's called Bloom. I play an atomic scientist.
Oh, no.
Oh, it sounds wonderful, wonderful. Now I want you to blow a kiss to, what's his name?
Gillis.
Yeah.
Dobie Gillis.
Dobie Gillis.
No, Dobie with a B.
Dobie with a B, because this must have been a high point in this kid's life.
Love you. Love you.
Marabou.
Now say goodbye to the nice people.
Nice people.
Miss Marabou.
But I didn't even get 8 minutes.
Thanks a lump.
Dobie, I'm sorry, honest.
No.
Jessica, please, can't we talk this over?
No.
But I didn't write that letter to Marilee Marabou. My mother wrote it.
There. The truth is out at last.
Winnie.
And I've got witnesses. I won that contest, and you're going to do what you promised.
Winnie.
Mother and Gladys for 6 months.
Now, Winnie.
Let me get this straight. Your mother wrote a letter asking for a date with Marilee Marabou.
Yeah.
And that's your father, the one who did all those imitations.
Yeah.
And that's your best friend.
Well, yeah.
Bye, Dobie.
Jessica.
It's all right, Dobie, you still got me.
And me.
And me?
And me. And your grandmother. And Aunt Gladys.
Oh, in all this rain, where can Mom and Gladys be? Their train was due in half an hour ago.
I told Dobie to drive home slow.
Worried about Mom and Gladys?
Stalling till I have to look at him.
Here! Oh, here they are! Lovely to see you, darling. I'm so glad to get here. Oh, darling. Never get anything about this. Dobie, darling.
Hi.
Hello,
Herbert.
Oh, hello, Herbert. Poor Winifred. How we warned her.
What'd I tell you?
Poor Dad. Maynard, it was awful last night, the way Dad got roughed up by Grandma and Aunt Gladys. And all on account of those contests. Why do people let contests run their lives? I mean, Mom and Dad were... Maynard, what are you doing? Maynard?
I would like to visit the Okefenokee Swamp in 25 words or less by Maynard G. Krebs. I would like to visit the Okefenokee Swamp because it's one of the friendliest swamps in the whole state of Minneapolis. The Okefenokee Swamp is also full of friendly alligators and friendly snakes.